So last time we of course knocked out whomst was it? It would have been Paul Luther's chapter. At the end of that chapter, he got a little bit murdered by the guardian that was summoned to guard the Chaturga's essence, or which in this case, just whichever essence would be the like the foil to the villain that we have chosen. So Zelatoth is our chosen villain. So Chaturga's essence, the fire essence to Chaturga's grass, is being guarded by this evil guardian thing. So, if that's what we have to deal with, then let's go ahead and poke around elsewhere. We got this note at the end of the last chapter that tells us that tells us to look for the 88 keys to continue our journey into the past. That, of course, implies a piano of sorts. So here we go. I need to activate my other OBS source to start recording. Bam. With that, here we go. Now, of course, it's a technical limitation, but I do kind of wish that their lips would move whenever they kind of like mutter and panic to themselves. It's because that is a delightfully like off-putting effect. There's another book, by the way. Yeah, sometimes if you're quick, you can like catch the book as it like flies. You can like see it kind of woo. You can see it kind of whisk itself away. So the 88 keys, pretty sure that'd be over this way. Mario Ghost Mansion. Oh, like in Super Mario World? The books are flying again. Our rat friend. Now, I'm not going to do this, but could we kill him? We could. Oh, but why would I kill my only friend? Literally the hero of the story. So I can't target him with melee weapons. He's similar then to the trappers. Because the trappers you can only murder with ranged attacks. Oh, that way. Yeah, in Big Boo's haunt. That's right. So last time we came in here, there was a dude. There's a dude hanging on a noose. But now, we have this instead. This reminded us of Paul Luther's story. Echoes of those notes. That's right. Her hands are drawn to the keys, almost of their own accord. Let's play that shit. Oh, look at that. Obviously not the most super involved puzzle, but still kind of neat. Cutscene time, baby.
Who are you?
I am your lord and conqueror.
What manner of forsaken being are you?
So, you can see me in my true form. You are a gifted man. Take this one and use him as the foundation for the pillar. He is special and should be given a special place among the suffering.
Foundation for the pillar, he says. Now what could that entail? You might ask yourself, dear viewer. We'll find out shortly. We'll probably find out tonight, actually. So I got a new pagerino. We can slowly walk back and contemplate its significance. Also, I just noticed the rug is kind of dirty. Like the rug here, like that we're walking across here. The implication that Edward, Alex's grandfather, didn't do the bestest of jobs keeping up with the place. Of course, he didn't have any hired help or servants or anything, so he was kind of all on his own. Oop, more books. That one almost smacked Alex in the head. Like, dude. Not cool. There's one effect I'm hoping to see that involves those books that I've never seen in person, but I've seen in other videos of this game. So I keep hoping I'll see that one of these days. Oh. What are monsters doing in here? They're not real. That's all it was. It was a fake monster, but still a little bit off-putting, no less. Imperial armor. Yeah, it's just Roman. Yeah, it's just Roman stuff. I mean, I guess Imperial stuff is just kind of Roman stuff, isn't it? More or less, at least. Save. And begin. Begin a new chapter. The Forbidden City. Let's read that shit. And by read, I mean
Much has
watch and
been
listen.
written about the exploits of conquerors. In the context of history, one man's champion is another man's nemesis, hero or murderer. Much has been written, but what has not is far more interesting. The Tome of Eternal Darkness mentions a Venetian artist and architect of the Renaissance named Roberto Bianchi. Roaming abroad to find inspiration, he was captured by a warlord expanding his empire. He forced Roberto to use his architectural and engineering skills to construct a monument to his greatness. To complete his task, he must survey the site.
Could this be the tower we've heard about previously?
Survey the site quickly, dog, and maybe you'll live long enough to see the sacrament's construction.
They sound nice.
Did you think we would trust you, Bianchi? Even though you are graced with the generosity of our liege, you are still his prisoner. As I said, finish your work quickly, and maybe we'll drag you out of this hole.
All right, Roberto Bianchi, and we are. Time to survey the ruins of the temple. And the places we survey are on the map. All right, so we have our mission that is known. Foundation is constructed, but there is some damage. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to inspect it and see what's going on, whether we want to or not. All right, so we have a torch, so we're not completely without. We're not completely harmless or defenseless. It's not much though. Roberto, we got this, homie. You and me together. Time to explore the ruins. These ruins are going to look very familiar, by the way. Spoilers, but some of this will be slightly familiar. I think this is one of the rooms that we need to survey. I think there's like a certain area you have to just look at. Oh, okay. This is just a dude. I was like, whoa. Anytime I see an NPC, I get a little nervous. A frantic worker looking for answers to questions that cannot be answered. Are we here to save him? He wants to see his family and friends. I mean, sorry, homie, I'm a prisoner like you. Berto's a good lad, but he is a slow-moving lad, unfortunately, so not the most acrobatic lad in all the lands. Maybe we just look at this thing. Yeah, I was thinking maybe this would be a pressure plate. I see no pressure. Only plates. Well, we were told to check out the stuff on the map. Oh, they have the X's on them. Okay, so this room we don't actually survey itself. Can we go? Oh, here we go. The buttons. So go down some floors. Okay, so 2 rooms near the bottom. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, but then 1 at the very bottom. I would actually expect that one to be significant in some way. Okay, nice and easy. Alright, so this room is fine. Further we go. Deeper and deeper still. You hear what I hear? I hear what I hear. Alright, so this is a dead end. We get a good look at our hero. There he is. Oh. So it's a good thing we have the torch. And it's a good thing Zelotov is the chosen villain for this part. Because only the green lads, the mummy friends, are vulnerable to the torch as a weapon. Otherwise, if these were blue or red zombies, we just have to avoid them. And this guy is not a very fast lad, so avoiding things as Roberto is a little bit tricky. But one of the many benefits of Zelotov being the chosen villain means that some things are a little bit easier. Here's a dude, one of my fellow slaves, but he is dead. His wounds attract the attention of the beasts. So, and Roberto didn't really freak out that much, so maybe we already know about these zombies. He's been gnawed upon, his innards are strewn nearby. Unpleasant shit, honestly. And these guys seem fairly normal. Yeah, let's survey the area. Structure shows signs of stress. It's not exactly sound, but maybe with some reinforcement we could, it might be a suitable site for the monument. So whenever you complete a survey of the area, you kind of get that little swooshing camera swoosh. I've mentioned before that I like this song a lot in the game's soundtrack. One of the few melodic passages. And look at this, we actually get a weapon now. A scythe? Safe, maybe? Also, I didn't really note it, but we do have crossbow bolts as well. That implies we'll find a crossbow here. Maybe the same crossbow wielded by a one Paul Luther. Curved Arabic sword with a distinctive pommel. Standard weapon, very nice. Can I talk to my buddies? My homies? Alright, I cannot talk to him. How about you? Wanna play Parcheesi? No? Okay. Anything else of note in here? I mean, these are ruins, but it's actually, like, pretty well intact, all things considered. As I think the implication here is that this is at least a few thousand years old. Well, here we go. Now, this gate needs to shut behind me in video game form. Oh, we have multicolor friends. In fact, we have every kind of zombie here. Alright, well, let's pull a switch and see what happens. Should we pull that shit? Yes. Oh, you done fucked up now. Well, not Aaron, but you done fucked up now, Roberto. Can't really do an Aaron joke at this point. Go and flip this one. There's the red friends, which are much more of a threat, I would say. These guys are so fast and so beefy, chunky boys. They're just gonna smack each other, it seems. Oh, I'm getting winded, though. Oh. I've been exerting too much. Whoop. His head grew back. Yeah, if you like exert too much, if you attack too quickly, certain characters will get winded that much faster. And actually, for this, I'm gonna switch back to the torch to deal with these skinny boys. I'm gonna let all of them look at me because I want the sanity loss. I desire the lack of sanity. Make me insane, boys. Just fuck me up, fam. Actually, you know what occurs to me? The red guys are probably standing up by now, aren't they? Oh, no, they actually stayed down. That's genuinely surprising. I thought they'd get back up. And now we're nice and insane just the way I like it. A little bit of blood on the wall there. Nothing weird. And these guys appear to be normal. Crossbow bolts, very good. I was hoping they would, like, say something. We can get, like, the cursed dialogue of these lads when they're frantic and sad. Babbles incoherently about worms devouring his countrymen, and that we are next! Exclamation point. Don't like that. We can't bro out with each other? We can't hang out and be broskies? Okay, no broskies allowed. This is a broski-free zone. Crossbow times, baby. Now, what are the odds that this would be the exact same crossbow wielded by Paul Luther? If that whole thing took place in, it was somewhere in mainland Europe, and then this implies that it's in, do we know what country? Would it be like, would it be Persia, maybe? Let's survey this room. So there is a fault in the stone. Difficult to assess how sturdy the place is, but needs a lot of reinforcement. I think the common theme here is that this place is in pretty rough shape. Like in all the rooms we're gonna survey. Mild spoiler, I guess, but all these rooms are in pretty rough shape. Right, otherwise, yeah, we talked to this guy already. Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind. That was the guy we couldn't talk to earlier, but he doesn't really have anything next. He doesn't have anything new to say. Same as before. Same as it ever was. Down we go. Oh, never mind. We have this. So Roberto is indeed one of the chosen by fate. One of those chosen by fate to try to fight against the powers, the evil powers that be. Here's Paul Luther. So again, if somebody dies in their quest to fight the evil, the eternal darkness, they are given a statue here, and there's 2 statues remaining. It's implied then one of those probably is going to be Edward Roivas, since we know he's dead. But then there's one other one. Is that going to be reserved for Roberto? We'll have to find out soon, my friends. The floor is very loud. Now, did picking that up change anything? Nope, no, they're still silly. But they're not, like, attacking us. Whenever I find NPCs, I'm always worried about bone thieves being sneaky boys. He's surprised to see me. He stayed behind while others ventured further into the complex, but there were screams echoed from the walls, and he dared to move. Oh boy. Well, that's definitely nothing scary, right? Oh, do I hear trappers? I see trappers. Oh, we have the tools with which to dispense these fools. Oh, gotta reload first. Kinda surprised he was able to see us or sense us from that far away. We know they're blind, but they can sense from afar with their expert hearing. Okay, let's go back to the torch then. Because it's dark and spooky in these lands. Green. No, it's not green because we're losing health. It's green because it's under the influence of Zelatoth and her evil bullshit. And there's a guardian over here. Like, the big guardians, the big spicy ones. Yeah, this fucking dude. Let's do this. This is gonna be a tough fight because these guys are beefy, and Roberto is not exactly a beefy boy. I mean, he's beefy, but not, you know, not always in the most glowing of terms. I've already forgotten what my quick spell list is. That's for shield. Okay. I kind of want to do a big enchant on the crossbow. We don't have a ton of magic, though. Let's just do the small enchant on the crossbow. We don't have a ton of magic. By the way, I did turn down the audio on the NDI source with the hopes that it will do less of the crackling that we were seeing previously. Did I miss? Might have missed. Because we were getting some audio cracklings last time. I'm hoping it's less aggressive this time. There we go. There's a hit. Yeah, usually it's pretty obvious when you get a hit. The glowies. And of course, because it's Mantrock magic, it also has a latent kind of a poison effect. Yeah, I'm not sure why that missed. It's like I thought I'd fire right at him. Maybe there's just a mischance. Where like some characters aren't as good with weapons. Kind of like in Silent Hill, where the protagonist was not exactly a known combatant badass. It's like that looks like it should have hit. Right, we don't have a ton of shots. Let's actually go back. Let's go to melee. And do the same thing with this guy. Let's just go ahead and empower this bad boy. So let's have to be very careful. We have to move as quickly as possible. Yeah, wait for him to open up. And sneak a little attack in there. Because I think your blows will glance off him when he's in that kind of shell mode. Yeah. Oh, he still smacked me. And then he heals himself, I think, if he smacks you. Oh, he summoned a fucking trap. Are you kidding me? Oh, my game blue screened. That sucks. Nope, just kidding. That's one of my favorite ones. That's one of my favorite effects. All right, let's do this. Let's get rid of the trapper if we can. Losing some health, but that's fine. Oh crap, he's sticking by. He's smart and he's sticking by the trapper. Because now I can't auto-target him. Because this guy's hanging too close to him. Oh, wait, maybe? Maybe? There we go. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Alright, so now let's go back to melee. Yeah, this is a tough fight. We got him, though. Or it would be a tough fight if this guy wasn't such a punk-ass bitch. Yeah, it's a tough fight for sure. We don't have a lot of, like, utilities that are at our disposal. There's a library of sorts. Some useless books. I mean, you say it's a library. I see exactly one book, but sure. Unless we're saying this whole room is a library, which, I mean, yeah. Oh, okay, maybe. Now we have a new spell, by the way. Summon Zombino. Check that shit out. So it's a more powered version of summon... the summon creature. With 2 Paragon runes. Means we're summoning a big creature. So now we can summon our own zombies, which is pretty cool. Took a bit of a hit earlier. Let's get some quick heals. Walls are bleeding, by the way. As is tradition when it comes to temples like this. We don't have to survey this room, do we? No. No, we don't. Because the X's that are marked kind of like dwindle in and out. Not dwindle, but they phase in and out. Crossbow bolts, by the way, that's going to come in handy. We don't have the charge on this thing anymore, but we are about to. Gonna move my ass back real quick. Yeah, I think turning down the audio helped a little bit. Actually, I might even turn it down a teensy smidge more. There we go. Let's try that, because I'm worried about the cracklings being annoying for you guys. I'm hoping that... I don't want to lower it too much, obviously, because then the game will be too quiet. Nothing else, actually, here. I can actually raise it up here to kind of compensate. So see if that's any better for you guys, because, you know, still nice and able to hear things, but less crackly and crinkly and gross. Worker's corpse. His body was pulverized after being thrown against a wall. And then the wall collapsed. Poor fucking dude. What's up, Mega Satan? Reload very slowly. He's gonna try to... Oh, he killed the rat! You see that shit? He was my one true friend. Maybe. Ouch. Interesting that friendly fire is the thing. Actually, that makes perfect sense, because the zombies can hurt each other. Makes sense that zombies and rats are not friends. Which is honestly their loss, because the rats are good boys and girls. Oof. I got the double hit. Alright, we're getting to the point now. Ooh, it's gonna be a little bit spooky. Let's make it actually just get behind him. Ouch. Except I'm getting comboed. I can't move. Alright, it's do or die time. So we were that close to winning anyway. Yeah, that's the one thing with these horrors, is that they have the melee attack, and then they have this, like, arcing electricity that will auto-hit you after, like every 5 or so seconds, so it's so easy to get hit by that. Then the melee, then the arc goes off again, like, it's so easy to get comboed. But we got pretty messed up by that whole thing. Let's do a big heal, because I'm a big boy and I deserve a big heal. So that'd be... Actually, we have to actually create a new big heal spell. This would be... Absorb self? No, that doesn't sound right. Would it be... I actually can't remember. It wouldn't be protect self, that'd be shield. I don't think it's absorb. I don't think it's project either. It's something self. Let's try project self. Because we got project early on. That was like the first rune we ever got, I think. Okay, I'm wrong. I give up. I have to look it up because I'm a dingus. It is Neraketh and Santek. Santek is self, so Neraketh. Oh, it is absorb self. Okay. I guess it kind of makes sense. I was thinking absorb meant you would like absorb enemy damage or something, but yeah, sure. It's like I get it. Anyway, so let's go and cast that real quick. Big heal. Use almost like half of our magic, but again, our magic recovers anyway, so not the end of the world. If we really wanted to, we could just like walk around for 30 seconds and get most of our magic back anyway. All right, so we don't have enough to cast that big one again. Which is kind of surprising. Oh, I guess it was just a little bit more than half then. That's okay though. Let's do a quick reload. We're going through our magic, or I'm sorry, projectiles that much faster. Actually, I haven't even looked at this powerful accurate weapon. Okay, I was wondering if it would say like, oh yes, this shouldn't be here. This should be in Europe. Well, little rat friends. Our only friends in these trying times. The worker's corpse slashed from behind as he ran from his attacker, hoping for escape. Oh, poor guy. You didn't deserve this. Now we've gotten quite a bit of magic back, so let's go ahead and do a quick big heal. Big. Good thing the rats aren't bothered by me casting spells in front of them. They're not gonna try you for witchcraft, will they? In we go. Oh, big boy. Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. Now, why did he willingly elect to get crushed like that? All right, hold on. We have to try this. I would be remiss to not try this, just to see what happens. You fucking die, that's what happens. Shocking, right? I'm glad that they included a cutscene for that. That's our first death. What happens when you die in this game? I actually can't remember. Do we get like a cutscene? We get a happy skull. Perished at the hands of eternal darkness. Humanity has been annihilated. He almost looks like a happy skull. What's up, Elgaso? One imagines Skullman as being happy. But one likes to imagine Skullman as being happy. And the game restarts. That's fine. See, but now I know. I had to find out. So I feel illuminated, enlightened even, with this knowledge. The unholy knowledge of what happens when you get squished by a giant boulder, giant rock. The pressure plate thing. The darkness comes. Oh my. It's good to know that the darkness is having a good time. Alright, what else we got? We have a friend. Hello, friend. Another ravaged corpse. Flesh devoured in certain places, and things have started to decompose already. There's another friend here. Oh, just various corpses. Okay, very good. In various states of decomposition. Well, nothing else here of note. It's worth noting, of course, that if we want to open this gate over here, we will have to use some way to send a zombie in that little spot down there. What else is this way? More friends. Now again, torch doesn't do very good against these guys. Yeah, again, various shapes and sizes of these zombies. I hope it's just like, you know, small adults and not children that have been zombified. That part would be less fun and more sad. Smack that asshole down. There it is. Yeah, there's a little small friend. Looks like the small lads have less health, which kind of makes sense. So we can smack them all down. We can actually do some finishings, because we are going to need some sanity for this thing that we're going to want to do in the other room. In fact, I wonder if I should go and knock that out now. Kind of what we're thinking about it. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and save. I should be saving more often. Because again, Roberto is not the most combat active lad. So anything we can do to make our lives a little bit easier, or a little bit safer at least, the better. Spell list, we actually have to, well, actually no, that's not true. We already have the spell known, because you can't do summon zombie with a 3-point spell. It has to be with the 5-point spell casting. So let's go ahead and cast it. We can't, unfortunately, we can't summon a Mantarok zombie, or maybe we can, but we don't have enough magic for it. But regardless, let's just go ahead and go for the red man's. Costs a lot of magic to summon a zombie. So we have summoned a zombie for ourselves, and he is under our control. Under our dominion. You can attack, you can target, attack their head to perform a gnaw attack, which is pretty sweet. You can release control if you wanted to. There's a something of a run button. They can open doors, but not pick up items. So we could have him, if we wanted to, go this way. Go back to the previous area, but I don't want to. So here we go. Let's feed him to the trap to open this door. Also, it's nice that they put a damage field up while you are vulnerable, which is kind of cool. There we go. Like pretty much whenever I pause, I should just go ahead and save. It's a good habit to be in. Oh, there's a blue version of the Guardians, and look at that, the blue version, whenever there's a Guardian nearby, it causes the floor to have a different hue, which is kind of neat. Let's burn this motherfucker to the ground. Bam. Let's do this. We should still be able to enhance, right? Enchant. Still a little crinkly. Cracklies and crinklies, but not as bad. Except I still glanced off of him somehow. Hit the strat. It's like, get close. Oh, he still smacked me though. That allows him to summon a new friend. In this case, it was a zombie. I'd rather him summon a zombie than to have him summon a trapper. Zombies are much easier to deal with, I think, at least. Just cut their head off, and now they can't really chase you very well. They can try, but it's not gonna be as effective. Yeah, that's the strat. You get close, wait for them to open up, go for a hit, and then back away really quickly. There we go. Got his ass, and then that trapper, the trapper keeper. Bam! He's out of there. Let's do a quick heal, because we did take some hits. We took some hits, but we didn't take any shits. To my knowledge, at least. Let's go back to the torch. Whoops. Is there anything else in this room to note? Because I think this is going to be... Actually, hold on. Let's think about this. Because we don't want to overcommit. I think I should actually go back. Because I think that this way is the correct direction. Let's go the wrong way for a bit. Because I think there'll be some dead ends here. Let's go ahead and save again. Yeah, I think these might be dead ends. We have a path here. We have multiple doors on this side. The Trapper, yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of, Awful Devil. I was thinking if people would know the reference, but that South Park episode is exactly what I was thinking. Well, I hear more Trapper Keepers. I don't hear any Dawson's Creek though. What's up, Kubos? Thank you for that raid, my friend. 3 more points to the counter. We got Kubos, we got Woo. Oh, and it's like a C statement or a C++ statement. Let's do a quick shout out for our friends. Mr. Kubos, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for that raid, my friend. Doing some science and technology. That sounds cool. Were you working on some coding stuffs? Because when it comes to coding things, I am partial to C++ and C# just because those are what I'm more familiar with. So I am extremely biased, and those are my favorites. But I mean, any software development-y coding thing is neat, I think. You were. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm guessing either C++ or C#, just based on the syntax there. Just because, like, that's how like functions and arguments usually look when you're calling a function in C++ or C#, and the curly brackets, and there's no semicolons in there, but you know, but that's okay, because the if statements wouldn't get semicolons usually. C# and Unity, very nice. Okay, so you're doing some, or do you have some like game dev ideas that you're trying to flesh out? Because that sounds really neat. Some kind of game devy projects. The most important part of the programmer fish stew. You're gonna say it, Woo, and I'm going to like experience physical anguish, won't I? Like, I'm gonna recoil, and I'm going to be like experiencing duress. What could it possibly be? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Also, I can't see what I'm shooting at right now. We're playing Eternal Darkness, by the way, I should mention. We're in one of the later chapters. And the lad that we're playing as is a good lad, but he's not as physically capable. Oh, that's a good action shot. Holy shit, that was awesome. What a cool action shot that was. Holy moly. Yeah, let's do this. Let's empower this thing. The magic of Manta Rock. Oh, except it shorted out because this guy's a fucking meanie. Try that again. The Boolean. Oh, okay. The Boolean. Yes. Okay. Yes, Boolean meaning the true false data type, variable type. Oh, he's doing the magic attack. No, thank you. No, thank you. I think I have one more of these. Although I think I should probably save that for the Trapper Keepers. Let's run away very bravely and empower our sword next. Your first project. So you know what you want to do. Yeah. So you're trying to cut your teeth, right? And then kind of build up, yeah, to the big one that you want to go for. That's so cool, dude. Hold on, Roberto's a little bit winded. Ugh. Poor Roberto. He tries his best, but he can only do so much. So cut off one of his heads, one of his 3 heads. This guy's kicking the shit out of me. Oh god, and we can barely limp away. All right, we gotta stand and fight. Our range is so low with Roberto. He tries so hard, but can only do so much. Unfortunate. This is why I save often. Save early, save often. Although I think I hadn't saved for a few rooms, so there we go. Blocking links. Oh, no. Links are allowed. Links are allowed here. Usually I tell people, like, if you want to share a link, you can, but usually I ask people to only share things that are relevant to the discussion. Because, yeah, sometimes that'll happen too, Kubus, where Twitch chat will automatically linkify something that isn't a link. It'll get confused. It recognized your power, yes. Yeah, it said, ooh, buddy. Look out for this. Look out for this, gamer. All right, so it was down here, wasn't it? Yes. So we dealt with the trappers first. Oh, gotta reload first, right? The trappers are almost cute. Almost cute. Time to get some pizza rolls or something, maybe. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, Kubos. I'm a software developer by trade, and there are some days where I'm like mostly doing documentation, or I've got a lot of meetings, so it's like I'm not using my brain as much. Or at least not as many parts of my brain as much. But then there are other times where, yeah, I'm like grinding away code for hours and hours, and by the end of the day, I'm just fucking spent. So I can feel that way too well, unfortunately. Got some burritos. Nice, dude. Yeah, burrito flavored pizza. That's correct. Yes. Yeah, an odd choice, but one that we all respect. Let's do a 5-point enchantment on this guy. There we go, we got that set up. I'm gonna go ahead and do a light enchantment upon our crossbow as well. That sounds cool though, Cubus. I'm so excited like for you that you're doing some like game development, kind of prototyping and just kind of poking around. I think software development is a very useful skill to have, and you can do some cool shit with it, like game dev stuff. Doesn't all have to be boring, like, you know, fucking like data crunching and databases. I mean, those things are important for sure, but it's not as like fun and sexy. Like game development's like the cool shit. And the fun thing about game development and anything with like some kind of graphical element is that if you fuck something up, you can still look cool. I mean, so long as it doesn't crash. Like you can like fuck something up graphically and still get like a cool effect or like a fun thing that happens out of it. So it's more entertaining when there's an error. I think, at least, or it can be more entertaining. It can also be incredibly frustrating to debug, but that's software development as well. Things can get tricky. It's a plan you shared, so about 6 months. So it's so it's kind of like it's like you've got a plan, you've got like something you're working towards. It's coming to fruition. That's some good shit, baby. We love to hear that. Also, let's another shout out for Kubos. This is a good lad. Also, a quick shout out for Woo, who is another streamer friend. We have multiple streamer friends in the chat right now. So lots of streamer peoples. Because Woo, you were doing some Portal 2 the other day, which is awesome. Do I do like freelance code review? That's a good, you know what? Actually, Kubos hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, so I have no experience with Unity, so I wouldn't be able to offer any assistance with like the Unity set of things necessarily. I want to try to get that like cool action shot that we got earlier. Yeah, by this point, he's already fought several. I kind of want to just watch them fight each other, actually. I always thought that's kind of fascinating. But these guys don't even stand a chance, man. This guy just destroys them every time. I can take some little pot shots while he's kind of pissing these things. Yeah, but I only am going to take just a few pot shots, though, because we only have a few crossbow bolts left. Ouch. Yeah, it's like I need to just stay in the realm of danger, because his range is so minimal and he is so slow. Yeah, it's like dealing with these guys is spicy. We fucking won though. We got that shit. But anyway, yeah, Kuba, so if you're looking for some advice for Unity, I wouldn't be able to provide that. But if you are looking for just general C or C# code advice, yeah, you can hit me up on Discord. Just like if you had a file you wanted to send me, just like a text file you wanted to send me, I could just take a quick look-see and offer some thoughts. But you know, of course, I would also give the caveat that I don't have much experience with actual game development itself. My experience is just boring, just general software development industry stuffs. I like to think it's still useful, obviously, but it's not as sexy. Look at that. Roberto straightens up, his wounds healing up slightly. He feels invigorated. My pleasure, Woo, of course. No, thank you to Woo for joining in. Thank you again to Kubas for the very kind raid. So there are runes in the wall. Care has been taken to place the scaffolding around the symbols to not damage them. They must be of great significance somehow. Somehow, some way. So there's a moat of molten rock that I don't think was here last time. Last time we were here in previous levels. A curious shrine stands with a key in front. I ponder its purpose and reason, but I find none. Look at that. There's a key, and there's a little symbol thingy. Oh, so there's an arrow you're trying to get past? Yeah. If you want to send it to me, Kubos, I can take a look. You know, no guarantees, but yeah, I can just take a little look-see. How did we get here? Yeah, how did we get here, and why do we put ourselves in this precarious and scary place? Although in this particular case, Roberto was taken prisoner. He didn't willingly put himself in this spot. He was placed into the spot without wanting to be. A little savey, just because we killed the big fucking demon that was causing all kinds of misery. I do love this game a lot, and it does make you question reality in a number of ways with the sanity effects and the strange ways it messes with you. And I like the game's writing. I like how you see a lot of the same locations but in different time periods, so you get like different iterations of similar but different looking areas, which is kind of neat. Alright, so there's this. So if the implication then is that there's this island with no way to get to it, and there's an emblem with 5 points on it, it might be reveal invisible. There might be like an invisible thing that we need to reveal somewhere. And if that's the case, we need to identify, or need to take consideration for the alignment of that emblem. It means it needs a 5-point spell, and it probably means it has been given some kind of green magic, some kind of Zelatoth magic. So if green is leaf magic, and we need to beat the green leaf magic, let's hit it with the fire red for reveal invisible. As of course, it's all Pokemon rules. Reveal invisible, except I have to identify a new version of reveal invisible, but that's fine. So it would be dispel, oh, not dispel area. I think it'd be project area, right? No, that's a spell we don't have yet, actually. So 2 Paragons, of course. It might be absorb area. Definitely area for sure. Reveal invisible, there it is. Okay, so now we cast that. Yeah, so we have a 9th spell that we've identified. We don't know what it is, though. But we've identified it at least, which is kind of neat. And I think I might know which one that is. But for the time being, reveal invisible, 5-point spell. To defeat the leaf green, we hit it with the fire red, reveal invisible. There it is, and that did it. You can build spells, you can. So if you have, and in this case, we have all the runes in the game. We don't have all the circles of power, but we have all the runes. So if you have all the runes, but you don't have all the spells, you can if you wanted to kind of brute force an experiment, or if you just knew the game, you could identify spells before you have everything that you need for them. I think you wouldn't even need the codexes for the runes, because you need the runes and the codex to know their name and the rune itself. But if you just have the rune without the codex, you can still, I think, identify spells with it. But for your first time playthrough, it's like not as well known. Like it's not as obvious what the things are. But yeah, if you've played the game before, you can kind of sequence, I wouldn't say sequence break things, but you can get some things a little bit early. Like some more powerful spells a little bit early on. Which, it's not like a huge thing, but it is helpful sometimes. Let's grab the Forgotten Corridor key. And there, of course, are a finite number of spells in the game. So it's not like Noita, where you can just, like, construct spell combinations with reckless abandon. There is a finite number of spells. So, like, I could, for instance, I could try to say, like, yeah, let's say new spell, 5-point. I'm gonna say summon self with 2 power runes, and the game will be like, ah, that doesn't exist. You can't summon another one of yourself. Although, what if you could? What if you could, like, Mario, what is it? In, Mario 3D World with a cherry, where you can, like, duplicate yourself? Wouldn't that be some wild shit? Oh, and check this out. We didn't see this earlier, but now it is here. A sapphire effigy. We didn't see this last time, but here it is. Small statuette of a sorcerer driven mad by an unseen force. How's about that? Alright, so we got that key, which is cool. And again, I should be saving more often. Assuming the game will let me, and it does. Sometimes it'll be like, it's not safe to save here, homie. A number of spells and give, yeah, specific, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's a finite number of spells. The runes to build said spells are predetermined, and you can get the runes as you find the runes as you play through the story mode. And whenever you find a rune, it's unidentified by default. So to get the name of the rune, you have to find the codex for it, which is usually within the same level, usually. And then that will tell you the name of the rune and its effect. But I don't think you need the codex to build a spell out of it. So you could still build a spell with unidentified runes. So if you were like replaying the game, if it was not your first playthrough, you could probably know ahead of time, like, oh, what it would take to like to craft, you know, like the summon, like the recover spell, you know, maybe a little bit before you need it, that kind of thing. So it's kind of neat. Well, it's not surveyed just yet. I think there's a few other things I want to look at. Look at this guy. No, he's got a wound on his torso. Look at this guy. But he appears to be okay. Can I, like, talk to these guys? And the only thing is to examine the room. Here, let's save real quick. I think I did just save, but I like to be very, very careful. Doing the pizza levitation. Yeah, the guy was doing like the oh, and the pizza's floating in front of him. That is a good one, far from good. Choose elements and styles to determine attacks. Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah. Similar. Okay. Cause yeah, like Noita does some similar things, but that's more for just taking a self-contained spell and just slapping it with other effects. Yeah, like fire element, but then ray shape. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah, I don't know of any games off the top of my head that do something like that where you like shape spells differently, but it sounds cool. Good first step. Yeah, it sounds ambitious for sure, but it sounds pretty dope though. Also, I have a sneaking suspicion something's about to go down in this level, or in this room, rather. So let's do a quick embellishment of our sword, enhancement of our sword. Does Magicka? Yeah, kind of a little bit, yeah. It's more for like you take fire and rock and you can cast it on yourself, you can cast it in an area, you can cast it as a projectile, so maybe not like to the degree that Kubos is describing with like different cone shapes or that kind of thing, but maybe in a somewhat more generic sense of like different ways to like take spell effects and apply them in different ways. Structure of this room could be braced to provide enough foundation for some kind of monument. Yo, team up! Thank you for that raid, my friends. How you guys doing? Uh-oh, we're being attacked by lots of dudes. And they're punching each other, which is delightful. Ouch. But they're also punching me, which is less delightful. As we're being attacked by these servants. Not these servants, these dudes. As they're punching each other. By these fellow slave lads. But it turns out, I mean, you can see there's one that's got a gaping wound in his back. That is indication that he's been bone thiefed. However, we're fucking gamers. We're able to take all three of these things out. But these guys are usually a pretty tough fight, so. As again, Roberto is not the best fighter. We are pretty wounded, though. We're pretty wounded. It's like we're in pretty rough shape. So let's get a quick heal in real quick. That'd be spell list. That'd be recover. 5-point cast. There we go. Much better. You saw Noita. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like maybe somewhere in between Noita and Magicka. Because yeah, Noita, like, yeah, you're combining spells, but it's like a self-contained spell with various like modifications, so not quite the same. Yeah. Anyway, we got drunk, we got team up, we got all kinds of friends. Thank you for being here, friends. Let me do a quick shout out for team up. They're very generous raid. How you guys doing on this fine day? I was gonna say you were probably doing some indie games, right? Because I know you guys are frequently doing some very cool projects with like large collections of indie games. What was happening in tonight's stream, by the way? For those who are unfamiliar with Mega Team Up, they were one of the very generous individuals that helped us out a lot with the Extra Life Marathon back in November, near the beginning of November, so about a month and a half ago. We're playing Eternal Darkness. Oh god, my guy just had a heart attack and died. Just kidding, it was a Sanity Effect. We're playing Eternal Darkness. This is a great game. It's my favorite horror game ever. And we are playing it, and specifically with low sanity, because I want to get as many sanity effects as possible. Like the one we just saw, where we open a door and our guy sees a bunch of zombies and has a heart attack and dies. Pretty brutal shit, honestly. This door is locked. We have a key. I'm gonna do a quick save real quick. What's up? Hey, Arger, hope you're doing well, my friend. Some kind of roguelike, yeah, where you're picking up runes, yeah. So, like, that's kind of like the end game idea. Or, like, maybe not end game, but like the final form, so to speak. Playing some good games, that's awesome, man. Yeah, were there any, like, games that stuck out to you, Mega Team Up? If there were, like, any, like, games that kind of stole the show for you. Also, I'll ask this of Mega Team Up as well as Kubos if you're still listening in. If either of you have any clips you want to share, because you guys have done me a favor by rating me. The least I can do is offer you to showcase any clips that you want to post in the chat from your streams you just did earlier today, because Kubos rated me earlier and Team Up just rated us now. But yeah, we're playing this game. Like I said, it's my favorite horror game ever. And it's this stream, this playthrough rather, at least, is a celebration of the fact that so about 10 years or so ago, I made a YouTube video titled Eternal Darkness, All Sanity Effects, that tried to showcase as many sanity effects as I was aware of in the game. Turns out that I did miss a few, but we mostly got all of them in a single video. And I was the first person to do so on YouTube, to make a video showcasing all this, at least several of the sanity effects in this game. The majority of the sanity effects in this game. Ooh, that doesn't look good. So as a result of doing that, the video did decently okay. It didn't really do like amazing necessarily, but across the board, it did pretty alright. And after 10 years, it recently crossed 1 million views. So this playthrough is kind of just a casual playthrough of the game to celebrate 1 million views on that one video on YouTube. And again, it took 10 years to get there. It's not that impressive, but it's still something I'm happy about. So if nothing else, it's a good excuse to play this great game again. Our sanity is low, so we have hallucinations like blood dripping from the walls. However, this energy field here is quite real. That is an actual thing we have to deal with. So let's come back here in a bit. I think there's something else we need to deal with that. Yeah, if you have any clips from your streams that you just did tonight, I'd be happy to take a quick look-see. We can all watch together on stream. Because again, you guys did me a solid by rating me. The least I can do is turn the spotlight back up on you, Kubos and Mega Team Up for helping me out. Go back this way since we've been here before. Yeah, we have lots of audio hallucinations. We have our cameras kind of tilted with the Dutch angle. It's like we're watching Battlefield Earth all over again. So we got lots of sanity effects, lots of hallucinations. Sometimes a sanity effect will like appear to do something to the game when you enter a new area or when you pause the game, and then it'll snap back to reality. Whoops, there goes gravity. And the character will be like, this isn't happening. Like they'll have like this kind of moment of freak out. So the game likes to break the fourth wall in a lot of interesting ways. So Nira is the name of the game. Interesting. Cool platformer. Celeste in 3D. Really? I'm curious. I need to look this up.
Venture no further or be struck down where you stand.
Now this is not a sanity effect. This is a thing that actually happens in the game.
I am the guardian of this temple, the Forbidden City. None shall enter except the chosen. Speak. You are the chosen. For many years I have tested those who came here, and all have failed. You are unaffected by the power I wield, and thus must surely be the chosen.
I?
Once I was as you were, confused and without answers, yet they came in time. Now my duty is complete. I can finally rest. My sacrifice was not in vain.
So for those just joining us, or for those who were not present for Kareem's chapter, that was Kareem, the gentleman with the turban that was guarding this artifact. Yeah, so that was a character we played through earlier in this game. He had his own chapter, and he died at the end of his chapter, sacrificing himself to guard this awful and terrible artifact. Uh-oh. Hold on. Why can't I? Uh-oh. Shit. Did the game glitch out? Or is this an elaborate sanity effect? Hold on. I actually... Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess, okay, we're required to pick this up. We can't move away. We have to pick it up. It is a pretty important thing. So anyway, so he sacrificed himself to guard this artifact, this essence of one of the elder gods in this game, because he knew if it fell into the wrong hands, it could cause awful things to happen. So that's what this gentleman, what Roberto has happened upon, and because he is one of the chosen few to try to fight the powers of darkness using the Tome of Eternal Darkness, he's aligned similar to Kareem. So as a result, he was not able to be fought, not able to be hurt by Kareem's magics. Anyway, so we have... Oh, and also I missed the comment earlier from Team Up saying that Ayarjar's students came through with some cool projects. So Ayarjar, I'm guessing that means you must be an educator of some kind, like an instructor or a teacher. That's so cool. So I'd love to hear more about what kinds of stuff you teach. That sounds fascinating. Immune to ghost swords, that's right, yeah. Smash the face. Yeah. You know, yeah, no, team up's good. No, I appreciate the team up streams. Yeah, because it's a, for those who don't know, Mega Team Up, it's a group of individuals that stream a lot of a wide variety of things. One of their main things that they do on their stream is like collections of indie games. So if you ever see the Twitch category for games plus demos, it usually means like some kind of indie game that might not have its own category. But yeah, no, they do a lot of cool stuff on their channel, and I try to do things like that on my channel from time to time, but I'm not nearly as regular as Team Up is with like delving into lots of itch.io coolness. There's a lot of wildly experimental and cool and strange things on itch.io. It's a wonderful place. But yes, for this essence that we've happened upon, it is called the essence of Ulyaoth. Ulyaoth is one of the 3 elder gods that you can that can either be a chosen villain or kind of a or maybe not a villain or a hero necessarily, but either a villain or one of those things where you share a common enemy, so you get to work together with them. So we really can't touch the artifact, but we're going to wrap a cloth around it to retrieve it. So we have the essence of Ulyaoth, which is this all-powerful deity. We also found a second effigy. So earlier we found a blue effigy of a sorcerer driven mad by an unseen force. There's also this one, of a warrior that has been defeated, kneeling in respect to an unseen victor. That means there's probably a green one as well, somewhere, somehow. Here's the essence of Ulyaoth, shifting from plane to plane, never really existing, but never not either. Yeah, some Gartic. That's right. Yeah, you do the Gartic stuff as well. Yeah, I haven't done Gartic in a few weeks actually, just because I haven't done a weekend stream in a minute. But yeah, those are a lot of fun. Yeah, some community games. That's a good time. Lots of good stuffs. Ancient Shrine to the Ancients. Right. This mimics greatly the chambers that we saw earlier in Pius's chapter at the beginning of the game. What could Roberto's captors seek to preserve with his monuments? So we survey the area. Look at this cool little camera swoosh. This place is crumbling pretty bad. You can see like the dirt is kind of pounding down as we're just chilling here. So we have I think what we came here for. Can we keep going this way? Oh, we can, yes. Construct of human bones lashed together with a small shrine to form a small shrine. Shade of human skin above it, making a light, casting eerie shadows. So yes, there's like a little bone sculpture with a human skin lampshade. Very not weird at all, right? Very not weird. Very normal. This is very normal decor. I mean, you're not going to see something like this at IKEA at least, but there it is. Alright, so let's return back from whence we came. Let's also save, just because I should be saving fairly often. And again, right now we have an empty sanity meter, so the chances are fairly good of having some weird moments. You can hear lots of audio effects in the background, but I'm hoping for the weird things. We've gotten some strange ones over the past couple streams. Alright, so this looks similar to what we've seen earlier. I was thinking that we needed to venture through that other area before we could complete this kind of hallway of sorts. I guess all you really need is a 5-point shield, maybe. Maybe that's all you need. Is this is a damage field of sorts. We have decent health. Look, let's save real fast, because I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. Crypt of maddening horrors. There you go. Interior decorator. Very good. You were drunk. Yes. Yes. Of skeletal shrines and human lampshades. Pretty normal stuff, honestly. Now, do you have, like, the bleeding walls and the wailing and gnashing of teeth in the background as well? You were drunk? Because I feel like that's a little bit less of a common thing. And, yo, Wired Wolf, thank you for that raid as well, my friend. My goodness, lots of raids tonight. Thank you, my friends. In fact, here, let's go and do this, because Wired Wolf just hit us with the raid, and Kubo hit us with the raid, and Mega Team Up has as well, and my extra life point number is quite high, so I'm going to do a quick extra life donation to get them point values down to more to a more acceptable level. Now, it's a very good thing when the extra life number is high in the top left corner, that extra life point number. It's a good thing when that number is high because it means we get to do a quick little donation. Just I can't let it stay in that number range for very long. If it's over 100, I got to do a quick little extra life donation. Thank you very much, Wired Wolf. That's right. Yeah, we had Kubos raid us. We had Mega Team up just hit us with a raid as well. Now we got the Wired Wolf raid experience. Let's do a quick shout out for Wired Wolf. The 287th Wired Wolf in all the lands. Doing some... Oh, Serious Sam. That's awesome. Yeah, the first encounter. I think that would have been my first Serious Sam. I love the Serious Sam games, although I'll confess I haven't played them in a hot minute. But they are... There we go. There's a notification. I know you can't visibly see the notification because I actually have 2 instances of OBS open right now, partly because I'm capturing a full screen game footage capture of my capture card from the Eternal Darkness game that we're playing right now, as well as a second instance for just the stuff that we're streaming. So I have 2 instances right now, and because I'm running 2 instances, it means my notifications aren't displaying quite the same as they would normally. A slight price to pay with being able to record a full screen printout of the game as well as streaming a separate kind of overlay. But anyway, so let's go. We went ahead and did that. And yes, Serious Sam, that sounds awesome. Wired Wolf, was it your first time playing the first one at least? Because the first one, it's an older game obviously, and I still think it holds up great. I think it's great, and I love it dearly. But I'll acknowledge that yes, it's an older game. And there are some parts of it that haven't aged perfectly, at least. First one was second encounter. Okay, yeah. Serious difficulty. That's right. Yes, because you're a serious gamer. Bodies of dead slaves litter in the corridor. Victims of the wandering denizens of the temple. The demons and monsters we've seen earlier. Their desperate bid to escape ended in a mire of blood and pain. Because yes, this like stuff here. Yeah, same here. This barrier is zapping us. And we're not gonna quite make it unscathed, but we'll be mostly unscathed. There we go. It's not too bad. Just 1 hit. Oh, and that freaking close behind us, because of course it would. Serious Sam, since you were 5, that's cool. No, I think my first Serious Sam experience would have been when I was an adolescent, a teenager. It would have been Serious Sam 1, I guess just then called the first encounter. And I played the second encounter, and I've played 2. I haven't beaten 3. I think a friend of mine and I, we got to the final boss of 3, but we couldn't figure out how to beat him, and we were too stubborn to look up like a walkthrough. So we were like, okay, we'll come back to this later, and we just never came back to it, unfortunately. Babbling about worms. I mean, we could attack him, but I'm not going to. We'll be nice. Do you have ambitions to play more of the series Wired Wolf? Because I know 4 is out. Serious Sam 4, that is. A bas-relief adorns the monolith. Humans thrown into a nest of huge worms. You were just talking about worms. The people have been sacrificed, ingested by the worms to fuel some unfathomable process. And you know, this very much resembles a painting we've seen inside of the mansion, with like little spirals around the skulls. We've seen a painting with like smaller subsections of this bas-relief. At least I think that's how you pronounce that word. BAS-relief. I think it's a bas-relief. We've seen something like this, like that kind of illustration. Serious Sam 2 and Beyond. That's right. It got a bit of a, yeah. I mean, I loved 3. 3 like tried to do this weird combination of being serious and gritty and realistic, but still being silly and zany. So. Yeah, 3's an odd one, and I don't know about 4, but I haven't played it yet, but I'm sure it's quite good. They're right, there's the VR titles. Yeah, there's like the spin-off games, there's the VR games, there's a bunch of Serious Sam experiences out there. Skeletal remains in the embrace of a multitude of worm-like creatures. So this constant recurring theme of worm-like things with eyeballs, apparently. Alright, let's go ahead and save. Oh, it's not safe to save right now. All right, well, fine. Let's cut the rope. It's a satisfying noise, wasn't it? Oh. The worms! Alright, so there are indeed worms in these parts. I should do a quick heal. Just realized we lost a little bit of health. Let's survey the room. Dilapidated roof. It's collapsing in several areas. Needs a lot of reinforcement. This will be quite a project. That was the last of the survey. Time to return to the surface. Try to do what they were initially going for Serious Sam. Oh, really? Because yeah, Serious Sam 1, I mean, I thought the whole series was intended to be kind of a lampoon of, like, a parody of first-person shooters at the time. Because, like, I guess similar in styling to Duke Nukem. But Duke Nukem was more like joking about things like sex appeal and like machismo, whereas Serious Sam is more like took the more zany and silly, almost like cartoonish approach. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that for Serious Sam 1 that they intended to make it kind of serious, hence the name. So yeah, that's interesting to me that like the initial vision was to be a little bit more serious, because 3 kind of fluctuates between trying to be serious and also being very silly and over the top and goofy. As I think the goofiness is one of the many things that sets it apart from other FPSs, and even you know, Duke Nukem, because Duke Nukem was never that silly. It was more like over the top machismo and over the top like I guess maybe a different flavor of silly, or like a different flavor of like silliness or zaniness. Just never felt like that lighthearted necessarily. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Serious Samuel being not serious. Why so serious? Downstream from like exploit. Yeah, I could see that. I could kind of see that as well. Yeah, we have one little shield nugget left, which is good. It won't be with us long, so we're taking a lot of damage with the low sanity that we're in right now. And so we can make our way back to the surface. Now there will likely be monsters along the way, but that's not going to deter us, right? We've got this. We got the shit because we have the. For one thing, we have the power of Ulyaoth in our presence, which is like reality-shifting Mega Satan. But it's okay because this Mega Satan is on our side, or at least we have a common enemy with him. So he's not exactly a good guy, but he's not the main villain right now. So we want his power. Same with Mantarok. We have Mantarok's power in the mansion from a previous chapter. So it's like, that's not a good thing necessarily, but it's the opposite of it's not a bad thing necessarily. So a common enemy makes for unlikely bedfellows. Exploitation, yeah, like exploitation film genre, yeah. Let's see, was there anything else? I think we've explored all the areas that there are to explore. Yeah, no, I mean, when I think of exploitation films, I think of like stuff from like the 70s and 80s. Usually like low budget films, that kind of thing. So if Duke Nukem is like trying to capture that kind of energy. Oh, this guy's still here, by the way. Yeah, so this guy's still alive, which is impressive to me. Even though he was saying that he was embarrassed to have been hiding away from the awful things that his compatriots were saying. Babbling about the worms, that's right. So far, so good. I'm actually kind of surprised we are not getting a lot of sanity effects this time around. Things are surprisingly quiet and chill in a game where usually low sanity means the opposite of quiet and chill. Alright, let us ascend, my friends. Now, last time we talked to these guys, we had healthy sanity levels. Like how they're not even noting the fact that we have this orbiting magic shield thing around us. Also, yeah, pay no mind to the fucking slasher film sound effects happening in the background. It's very normal for that kind of thing to happen in these kinds of temples. It's actually a sanity effect, but it's more of like the softer, like I would call it like a soft sanity effect in that it doesn't like interrupt the action. Same with like those kinds of noises and the tilted camera. Those kinds of soft effects are pretty constant. So there are monsters. Oh, but they're not real. So if I let them attack me, yeah, we don't take damage. So these are fake zombies. That's a sanity effect, kind of on its own. Oh my god, the hallway's too narrow, so I can't use like regular attacks, which is annoying. Just have it on full, but yeah, for my neighbors to enjoy. So they hear like slasher film sound effects in the background with no additional context, and they're like, "What the hell is Alex up to?" I'm calling the police.
And what news do you bring me, Architect?
The foundations are infested. Demons and devils. Many lives will be lost if you try to build there.
You have done well to complete your goal, Bianchi. The construction will continue as planned.
But the demons! You'd be insane to build there.
Silence, dog! What dwells beneath the Forbidden City is the very reason it was built. For you to understand, you must witness it firsthand. Let me educate you. Guards! Put this one with the others of the sacrifice.
Sacrifice, you say?
I am the Scourge of God, appointed to chastise you, since no one knows the remedy for your iniquity except me. You are wicked, but I am more wicked than you. So be silent. Now you, Architect, you are about to make your largest contribution to this project.
So that explains the origins of this monument that we read about previously. That's how they got those realistic depictions of humans impacted along the walls. Pretty grisly shit. So thus ends Roberto's story. So yes, that confirms what Roberto did, unfortunately, meet his untimely end while he was venturing against the powers of darkness. Heard a little bit about it. It's a good game. It's my favorite horror game ever. I think the writing is good. I think the like Sanity Effect mechanics are fascinating and like entertaining. I think the story is, I think, well made and like well written. The characters are cool. There's some like badass weapons and like cool shit that you get to play with. So it checks all the boxes for me. Let's go ahead and save. So we're back with present day Alex's story. Alex Roivas. My name is Alex, but the protagonist's name is also Alex. And now that we've completed Roberto's story, we're reading these chapter pages as we go through the tales that have been told about the Tome of Eternal Darkness. And oh yes, yeah, here's the actual painting itself. Except never mind, I want to survey the area first, because you can see there's rock and dirt pouring through the ceiling, much like how in Roberto's chapter he was seeing similar things in the areas he was exploring. So Alex is going to take a page out of Roberto's book, literally, and survey the area. So we're looking at the painting, compelling her to look behind it. Look at that, there's a chapter page hiding behind it. Sense of familiarity overcomes her. So does the realization that Roberto's spirit is aiding her. Look at that. A war to end all wars. New cutscene. Oh, this is a happy little scene. Very good.
The Black Guardian grows restless, my liege. Its hunger increases, and the binding continues to weaken. We feed it flesh, but I fear it will not guard the relic too much longer.
There is no choice.
Fleshy
in the
organ
matter.
sound effects.
It must remain and guard the artifact until the time of planetary alignment. After that, the Guardian may return to its lair. Our master does not like failure. It is imperative to keep the binding intact.
Then we have to find more flesh and bone.
Anyway, we're just gonna linger on this a little bit longer. Yeah, this is the painting. This is the painting that where we like first learned about this tower that's like composed of like stacks of human bodies, that kind of shit. What twisted psyche could have executed this drawing? Meticulously rendered down to the subtlest detail. Yeah, so that painting was where we first learned about the tower of flesh and bone. But yeah, as we read each chapter, like because we're keeping these chapter pages of the Tome of Eternal Darkness, so we get to like see their story, and we're learning more about the ancients that are and their various powers, the ancient elder gods and their powers, and which ancients are trying to be summoned by the forces of evil to destroy the world, and then the individuals that are trying to work against the powers of the darkness of eternal darkness to summon the opposite ancient evil to try to combat the evil one. I mean, they're all kind of evil, but trying to that dude, the skeletal guy, Pius, that guy is trying to summon an elder god that he wants to, plunge the world into a new era of eternal darkness and all that jazz. We're trying to cobble together enough powers from the other elder gods to basically stop that from happening. But still, things like Mantarok, things like Ulyaoth, these are not good deities. These are still elder gods that have malicious intent, so there's still that kind of lingering in the background as well. It's like, these aren't exactly good dudes. Let's do a quick save. Also, I like in that cutscene, it's just Pius, like, what the major, arguably the major villain, and he himself is, like, carving up a corpse for sacrifice to the Black Guardian, this evil guardian they had summoned to guard the last essence, the last guardian essence, or ancient essence, that is. I like the idea that this big baddie is doing a lot of, like, the handiwork himself. You would think that he would delegate those kinds of tasks to some of his underlings, but no, he's doing it himself, so look at that, being a true leader, right? Is there a sequel that's been in development? Well, there was a spiritual successor that was what's the word? That was pitched through Kickstarter, because this game's developer, Silicon Knights, went under in the mid to late 2000s. But the people that still worked in that for that company are still around, obviously. And Dennis Dyack, the main CEO, head honcho, still wants to do some kind of Eternal Darkness spiritual successor. He can't, do a true sequel because Nintendo owns the rights to Eternal Darkness. So if Dennis Dyack wants to do some kind of spiritual successor, it has to be a new IP technically, but with some similar elements. However, he is not there's a lot of people that don't really trust Dennis Dyack just because of some unsavory business practices from years ago. Shortly after this game came out, like a few years afterwards, there was some drama and some business not so nice things that he did. So as a result, not a lot of people trust him that much, and his Kickstarters kept failing. So he's kind of put it on the back burner, and I don't think we'll ever get a sequel, and I sincerely doubt we'll get a Dennis Dyack, what's the word, spiritual successor either ever. But if we were to ever get a direct sequel, it would be published by Nintendo, but it wouldn't be like a Silicon Knights kind of thing. He's being big, mean, and poopy. That's right, yeah. So that notion where he was saying, like, okay, well, we're gonna need more flesh and bone to placate this Black Guardian, because, like, the binding ritual to have it work for us is kind of withering. So how do we keep it under our control? And Pius was like, where are we gonna find more flesh and bone? Where are we gonna find more corpses and more sacrifices? Well, that leads us nicely
The war
into this
to end
chapter.
all wars redefined how mankind looked at war and the value of human life. Over 19,000 men lost their lives every day in the trenches of the Somme. Some say uselessly, some invoke a higher cause. I read accounts of the slaughter from many journalists who spent time in the trenches, but I found the account of a certain Peter Jacob to be the most horrible of all. His implication about the ancients' involvement with the war was hideous and so obvious. With the horror of the Battle of the Somme scant miles away and the distant echoes of pounding artillery, a young journalist named Peter Jacob researched his latest story from the front lines.
So 1916,
His
this would have been
grim
World War
task
I.
brought him to Oublier Cathedral, now transformed into a field hospital.
I mispronounced it earlier. It's Oublier Cathedral, not Oubli.
I find no solace in the purpose behind all the senseless violence that surrounds me. Young men die at a rate unheard of in centuries of warfare. Shelling, machine guns, and mustard gas rip, pierce, and burn your flesh. Men soak gauze in their own urine to stop the insidious gas. The hospitals here cannot cope with the torrent of wounded.
Yeah, don't get him a stretch or anything. Just drag him. Sure, that's fine. Don't mind the gaping chest wound he has. So Peter Jacob, here we are back again at Oublier Cathedral. We were here last time with Paul Luther's chapter. We're in World War I times. A rare instance of like I mean, it's not exactly modern, but more modern than, you know, the 16th century or anything like that. Michael Bell voice, yeah. Raziel kind of hairstyle. Yeah, kind of, a little bit actually. Silicon Knight, yeah, the Silicon Knights drama that happened with, I guess it was Too Human, where it was an Unreal Engine game, and Silicon Knights, and specifically it's Dennis Dyack, tried to sue Unreal because they were saying like, oh, you're not supporting your product well enough, we're having all these problems, and then Unreal or Epic countersued because they found out that they didn't have a license for the Unreal Engine. And Silicon Knights lost big, and that tanked the company. So yeah, just mismanagement at the top, which is frustrating. Yeah. Publisher. Well, actually, this game was published by Nintendo. Silicon Knights was the developer. But yeah, definitely like mismanagement from the top was an unsavory tale, unfortunately. So here we go. There's a letter from a soldier, Private Reginald Jackson, to Margaret. Admitted to the hospital on Tuesday. The damage caused to my legs was slight, but there's no way that I could ever walk normally again. He says he hates this place. Every day I'm reminded that I will never be able to do the things I love. Hospital is a very strange place. Well, for one thing, it's a cathedral converted into a field hospital. There's an odd atmosphere around it, silent but for the words of the wounded calling out in the night. There is no doubt it is haunted. What I find most odd in this place is that you never see anyone leave during the day. It's not right. No goodbyes or farewells, just an empty bed when you wake. Also, we have some flash powder. So he's a journalist. So this would mean that, yes, we're talking 1910s, 1920s technology at the time, at least. So, yes, taking photographs was a little bit more of an involved process back then. So yes, people talk about the term a flash in the pan. I think that is a literal flash pan, is usually what they're referring to. Combustible powders for a large white flash, which in a pinch could stun some enemies, which is good. We have our lucky penny as well. Although it's not a US penny. Some kind of sentimental value. If I hold it, it'll definitely give us good fortune, for sure. Definitely good fortune. So let's poke around a little bit. Okay. We are, once again, Peter Jacobs' chapter, and we can hear there's all... Oh, and also the logo is right here as well. If you missed my logo earlier, I've got a physical logo that Gracie also made me, and she absolutely killed it. And she's a badass. Covered with blood-stained sheets, these poor souls have passed from this world. The suffering is over, but for them, the ordeal continues. Yeah, World War I, man. I don't know. I'm not like a huge history buff, so I don't know a whole lot of the details of World War I. Beyond, like, the basics. You know, the basic facts. But I don't really know, like, how... I don't know a lot of the gruesome, like, brutal details. Like we know with, like, I feel like a lot of us are fairly well versed with some of the stuff that went down in World War II, like the, you know, the really grisly stuff. But World War I mean, medical technology wasn't as good, and weapons, like I mean, obviously there was like rifles and bombs and machine guns, so there was like very scary technology as far as weaponry. But yeah, it seems like medical technology and medical practices weren't obviously as good as they were 10, 20 years later. So as a result, I would imagine there's some pretty brutal shit, honestly. The stock explosions. Is that what we're hearing right now, JD? A lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, they talked about mustard gas. I'm pretty sure that shit's illegal. Ask for rubber waifu protectors. I mean, technically a rubber waifu protector, that'd just be a condom, really. If we're being perfectly honest. The first one at least, exactly, yeah. Same explosions. Yeah, it's probably just some generic stock effects. This game would have been 2002. I'm not sure when Roblox first hit the internet waves, but probably would have been, I don't know. I'm guessing like 2008, 2009 maybe, so they were probably thinking like, yeah, what are some good stock sound effects we can use? Also, JD, you'll be happy to know, my niece, I was asking my mom for Christmas shopping ideas for one of my nieces, and she is 9 years old, and she is now getting into Roblox and Minecraft, so it's like, hey, video games, now I can be like creative with like Christmas gifts and stuff, which is kind of fun. It's like, you know, when it's like, oh, they're into Disney princesses, it's like, I mean, that's fine, but now it's like something that that's a little bit closer to my selfish interests, which is fun. Anyway, so yes, wounded individuals, whispered utterances, frantic prayers to loved ones, words offered only by those who face them, or, yeah, people who are wounded grievously. Pretty brutal shit, honestly. You can hear, like, bullets and ricochets in the distance. Flamethrowers and napalm. Well, I mean, napalm was used in Vietnam, wasn't it? Get her a foam sword. Now, the thing about buying stuff for kids, you know, for birthdays and Christmas is that it's hard to know sometimes about what they already own. It's like, you don't want to just get them a duplicate of what they already own. So I sourced some more specific ideas from my mom. Roblox for cheap. Yeah, I'm not terribly surprised. Oh, it's from Messiah. Really? Because, yeah, I thought the oof was... I thought that was a Roblox original noise. But it's from Messiah. Interesting. The beat... I did see those, JD. I was considering one of those, but yeah, I wasn't sure if she already had one. Soldier's distressed. He lost a lot of friends. Or maybe he lost a lot of friends, at least. In the Psalm. I'm guessing the Psalm is like... Maybe it's a Latin term or something. Or maybe a German term, I don't know. But some kind of term for some kind of battleground. Only stories are sad ones. The only true heroes are in the mortuary. The nurse advises Peter to get some rest. I mean, napalm is some pretty brutal shit, though. I mean, it probably should have been made illegal sooner, honestly. But yeah, it's some pretty gnarly shit, as I understand it. And whenever you get close to the windows, you can hear the gunfire, and the warfare noise is that much louder, that much loudlier. Here's what looks to be a 7-point magic emblem. We only have 5 points. Well, actually, we have none of them right now because we don't have the Tome of Eternal Darkness on our person right now. But when we get it, inevitably, we'll be able to cast spells. But we can't cast spells with this many points of power on it necessarily. It is still used for demolition. Yeah, for demolition, but yeah, obviously not for warfare. Well, hopefully not. Steps lead up going nowhere. How mysterious. Indeed. Bought a flamethrower from Russia. For like busting bunkers. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, for sure. Sounds pretty brutal. Napalm is dangerous. Oh yeah, napalm would be fucking brutal, honestly. Away from the organ. One of the few antiques in the region that has so far survived the war. Would prefer to keep it that way. I mean, yeah, fair, honestly, fair. Before pee is stored in the balls. Oh, before the meme. Oh, okay. Filled with napalm. Oh, interesting. Right. Yeah. So when things are going well in Call of Duty, yeah. My balls have napalm inside of them. Which has all kind of terrifying and hilarious connotations, which I am super down for. Petroleum-based. Carbon monoxide. It's through suffocation. Oh, really? Because yeah, I thought the napalm itself would be like causing more damage, but if it's like the fumes were more damaging than anything, that's kind of surprising. Yeah, so it's not. So yeah, the flame itself isn't quite as. Yeah, I would have never guessed. Yeah, I would have assumed that the flame itself would be more destructive. It's a weird game. Yeah, I've never played it. I think it's on Good Old Games on GOG. But I've yet to play it. Short videos? I've thought about that too, Awful Devil. The tricky thing is that I try to, I want videos to usually be like fairly uncommon, so I don't really advertise it very much. That like if someone has like a 5 or like a 10-second video, we could just watch that shit for free. But I try not to advertise that super often because then I would be concerned about getting too many of those. So it's more of like an every once in a while thing. I'll just kind of mention it, especially if it's from a regular like yourself or Irossi. You know, like those are fine. I'm more worried about, you know, if we make like a 5-second video redemption that's like 1,000 channel points or 500 channel points, I worry we'd get those too often. So I mentioned before, I'm always trying to strike a balance of gameplay stuff and also like the channel point things, just because they're fun and I like them, but other people do not. So it's like I try to keep things moving that way. I try to make everyone equally happy. Burning is a slow way to... Yeah, it does not sound fun. I mean, there's not a lot of ways I would prefer to go, but there's plenty of them that I would rather like to avoid if I can help it. Ultra's been cleared. That's probably smart, honestly. Yeah, no, it's tricky. I don't have like a... And it's something I'm still kind of like figuring out myself. I don't have like a best... Not best practices, but like, oh, I've got like the formula, you know, sussed out. Like I'm still trying to determine what the balance looks like exactly. Found a sealed envelope, by the way. It looks rather official. Let's not open it yet. I want to poke around a little bit because I think something might happen when you open that bad boy. There's the tabernacle. And of course it's closed once again. So presuming that the way to unlock it is through the organ. Pipe organ. Can I inspect the glass, the stained glass windows? Oh, Corona hadn't streamed in a while? Really? It was cursed but fun. That's good. No, I didn't realize that she had stepped away from streaming for a bit. I hope she's doing okay. That sounds very nice. Yeah, I haven't seen any new clips or anything, so yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just because I wasn't paying as much of attention. Or if there was... Or if she just hadn't been as active lately. What was she playing, Mr. JD? We have clearance for the old tower because it is a restricted area. Can't say I'm terribly surprised. Let's go and read this thing. Soldier's orders. It looks very official. Let me just read this in front of that soldier over there. On Army Regulation Stationery, Private Thompson, by orders of Lieutenant Hargraves, on behalf of HRH George V or George V, you are to leave your post of duty and rally in the street outside Oubliette Cathedral. Further orders will be presented at the rallying point. God save the king. So it might be to get into the old tower. Let's see if there's anything else this way, though. One of those kinds of interactions. We've seen this before. People taking breaks, yeah. Oh, that's a good point, too. Yeah, holiday stuff, so that makes sense. I'm assuming that Corona is Japanese, and I don't know as much about, and JD, you would probably be my expert I would consult when it comes to like how Japan does holidays like Christmas, if it's as big of a deal for them, or if it is, or if it's like, if it's less of a big deal than it is here, because obviously in the States, you know, Christmas kind of dictates a lot about the month of December, and November, let's be honest. Streaming from... Oh, arrested for... Oh, yes, meme reasons. Oh, good, yes. Was at least one of them horny jail, JD. Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. Actually, JD, I think you are the friend I'm asking for. Adults live with their family. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good point, too. Let me explore up here. I think that other room is important. So this room I want to explore first, just because this is, I think, going to be a dead end. Create some medical supplies, some morphine, bandages, tourniquets, antiseptics. List goes on. Can I talk to the lady? It's like when they face a certain direction, you can't really talk to them. There we go. Get some rest, she says. Yeah, so it's more of a family-oriented thing. That makes sense. Is that something I don't always consider? The fact that, yeah, like you were saying, that there's a different kind of dynamic and different different kind of societal norms when it comes to, like you were saying, like somebody graduating from college and then coming back to live with their family, helping out with the house, that kind of stuff. Finger-related crimes. Well, she does have that meme where she'll remove your fingers so that you can't click away from her stream or watch anybody else. So that would make sense. I like how all the pews have been removed, by the way, because when we were here with Paul Luther, there was a bunch of pews lining the cathedral. Also, do you remember when we were in Paul Luther's chapter, we had that sanity effect? We had that like sepia tone area. We saw like a flash forward into the future. It was in this room, and we saw a bunch of medical supplies and crates and boxes, and we heard gunfire in the distance. I think the implication there is that in certain chapters, you might have sanity effects that are flash forwards or flashbacks into other time zones or time periods. So you'll play as one character who is seeing or experiencing an area that you will see as another character in like a later or earlier chapter. But you might get those like little sneak peeks from time to time, which is kind of cool. It's a nice little detail that I like to see. Background music commission. Oh, that's cool. I'm guessing BGM is background music, right? Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's so exciting, JD. Hell yeah. Do you have some kind of ideas on what you want to go for the musics? Second letter from Jackson to Margaret. Reginald Jackson, that is. War versus a lot of games. Yeah, I mean, we don't see a lot of, like, the actual warfare stuff, but we just more hear about it kind of in the background. And we're reading about it from, like, letters to and from family, that kind of thing, and the soldiers. But, yeah, we don't see a lot of the actual warfare. It's more of just kind of a backdrop to the main character stories. So, Reginald Jackson says he's been here for over a week. There's no word when I'll be allowed to leave. Strange things have happened. At night, the sounds of the hospital change. Echoes of voices that don't belong to anyone haunt the halls and walls and corridors. The restless ghosts, perhaps, or sounds of movement, or whispers. I have seen war firsthand, and the sounds at night in this hospital scare me more than I ever thought possible. What is going on here at night? Why do I feel so threatened? My fears are worsened by the talk of the other young soldiers. One said he heard cries for help in the middle of the night. Cries that were only answered by snarls of rage and not compassion. Another said Lance Corporal Haskell had not been discharged, but had gone missing. I stared at his empty bed with a sense of unholy dread gnawing at my heart. What could it all mean? Well, if the previous chapters are of any indication, there's probably some spooky shit happening. Have to find out, though. However, it looks like this is indeed something of a dead end. Can't say I'm terribly surprised. We can't ring the bell tower thingy. Let's just go back down. I do like how when the bombs are going off and you can hear the screaming of the shells flying through the air. And you guys don't know this, obviously, but my controller vibrates every time one lands nearby, which is kind of neat. So those little immersive details go a long way. This guy right here, I'm pretty sure this room is special. Oh, there we go. Could I just leave? Let's go out the front door. With the war being so close, a curfew? Yeah, understandable. Not a safe thing to travel outside since intruders will be shot on sight. Let's just stay inside. One of the rare cases where staying is probably an understandable idea. Let's go ahead and save, by the way. It's this gentleman. He's bored with his duty. Duty. Awaiting a call to arms. Well, we do have this. Check this out. He says, bloody hell, lad, we must be on the offensive. I like, or bloody hell, maybe. Takes leave of his post. And now this door is unguarded. Presuming he went out the front door. Good fucking luck with that. War being so stressful, who would have ever guessed? Speaking of stressful, here's this room. This is why this room has been, you know, kind of off limits, so to speak. So these paintings were trying to muster patriotic feelings, but the posters declare the Allies are fighting the good fight. Small comfort for the occupants of the room, whose spent corpses line the cold cathedral floor. Yeah, it do be that way, don't it? Stacked like logs, standing before the price of human war. Make the ultimate sacrifice to defend their own countries and those of others. A stark reminder, man, no doubt. Got a pistol. It's a revolver. Oh, we don't have any ammo for it. Uh-oh. Alright, so there goes the power. Not terribly surprised. Do we have any torches? No, we do not. Yeah, the beginning of this chapter is stressful. Oh, however, we're about to have some defenses. Having electricity is overrated. That's right. All right, so we're making note of this last time. Here's the statue for Roberto Bianchi, the architect. So I'm assuming this last statue here is for Edward Roivas. Maybe not, though. We don't know what's gonna happen to old Petey. Old Petey Jakes. Peter Jacob. What's up, Stowe? It's good to see you, bud. Playing some Eternal Darkness, so you know I'm having a good time. Love this game. This is the World War I chapter with Peter Jacob. Oh, there's some fucking demons out here. Okay, well. So, since we don't have any direct combat abilities, again, we have... Oh, we do have a revolver with 6 bullets. Okay, so we have some... It's not much, though. It's very little. We also have this thing to stun monsters. So we might actually just kind of have this on deck. Uh-oh. Oh, oh, come on. I thought you were a nice lady. You're the opposite of a nice lady. So I don't know. I actually can't remember which way we want to go. I'm just going to poke around and see if I can get lucky. A worthy game. Yeah, it's my favorite horror game, and I love it dearly. Now, how did I just get a sanity hit just now? Oh, maybe it's a monster. Yeah, it's down below. Oh god, there's a nurse just standing there. One of those demons is off to the side. Never watched any. Oh, really, JD? Yeah, there's a number of very good YouTube videos that have been made about this game. Oh, we're not bros. I thought we could be bros. She doesn't want bro. She wants fights. Here, can I just punch her? I mean, I don't want to punch a lady, but it's self-defense. Ouch. Smack. So I can punch, but she doesn't really get stunned by it. Yeah, let's have the flash pan equipped. That way we can stun things if we need to get past something. Yeah, there's a lot of great YouTube videos that have been made about this game over the years. And I have seen people stream it. I know there are speedrunners, for one thing. Seems kind of wild, the idea of speedrunning this game, but it does exist. Ouch. And then, of course, there are other people that just do casual playthroughs, kind of like the one I'm doing right now. For a little bit there, I was actually seeing that there were a number of people that I follow here on Twitch that were just doing casual playthroughs just for funsies. Oh, I thought she was going to be cool! That explains why the monsters aren't attacking her. They're all in cahoots with each other. The Dutch angle gets further exacerbated. Also, oh, thank you, Stoats, for that resub, by the way. Thank you, my friend. It's very generous of you, dude. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, worthy of a sub. Well, thank you, my friend. 13 months, that is just one month over a year. Thank you, my dude. It's very sweet of you, my friend. You're too good to me. Oh, what? This guy's up. What's this fucking guy doing? Right, so that is off limits, so we can go downstairs. Oh, God, we have a fucking swarm of things chasing us right now. But yeah, no, but some of the people that I follow on Twitch were like individually doing playthroughs of this game over the past couple of months. Obviously, there was Halloween time, so spooky games are on the mind a lot when it comes to October and Halloween times. But yeah, it was like genuinely nice to see that there were other people playing it. That's for you to say though, JD. Yeah, uploading the original playthrough. Yeah, all the way back in like 2010, 2011. But thank you again to Stoats for that very nice resub. Very generous of you, my friend. Yeah, so the guard, dead at his post, sudden and violent, broken limbs, twisted at odd angles, blood from his mouth and ears, brutal shit. Gonna hit that real quick so we can stun them. Oh, I can't go around that way. All right, we gotta go around this way. Oh, there's a rifle. How convenient, there's just a rifle sitting here where there was not one earlier. Discarded by a fleeing guard. He just placed it nicely on the pedestal there. All right, so we got that one. There was also this area. I want to go here first, maybe. Reload. Dead at the foot of the steps. Assassinated by the creatures now infesting the cathedral. Quickly, without much of a struggle. Alright, so I can stop that from happening. I wonder if I can, like, just straight up murder this fucking dude. Shot his fucking torso off. Hell yeah. So, since we saved the lady, does she offer anything? We don't have any melee attack. Oh, we have this thing, though. I don't want to finish him. I want to talk to her. I think she's unwilling to talk to us. With this monster still here. His rifle is very good. Very strong. Actually, it's so strong. I wonder if I should finish him with the weaker gun. Dodge? That's cheating. What a cheater. There we go. And I'm intentionally not finishing things off so that I can have full sanity shenanigans. Shaking from her ordeal, the nurse tries to calm herself. Okay. So we did save her. But to what end? I guess we'll find out. Lots of rat friends. Stirred by the sounds of explosions and mancers. We actually go back to the flash in the pan. Let's reload it. We're just holding it aloft like that. Dodging bullets like a bunch of cheaters, man. Health is drained. That's right, Stoats. Yeah, and we have the sanity, the Tome of Eternal Darkness now, so we can heal ourselves fairly easily. But we only have so much ammo right now, so being on the offensive is tricky. As we get close to the stone, sense of woe gnaws at our heart. Cathedral is undoubtedly evil, not the holy place we thought that it was. It's a high caliber. Oh yeah, I mean, that thing is, it's pretty beefy. Those rifles don't fuck around. Looking forward to getting more ammo for that thing so we can really be a pro gamer. So this, of course, was Charlemagne's or the Bishop's chambers at one point. Converted into a rudimentary morgue. Unfortunate souls who have passed beyond. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I can't get past this. Yeah, let's just leave. Oop, oop. There we go. No, I was mistaken. It was the Bishop's chambers. Oh, no, that was Charlemagne's area.
Sweet Alex.
That's me. I'm Sweet
Many
Alex.
centuries I've waited for you. You are mine.
Don't disappoint me now. I've waited such a long time, Alex.
Never! I know what you are. I've seen what happened.
You can try to fight me, but in the end you shall succumb to my desires. My foolish child, you don't even know your own destiny.
Get away from me!
So those visions that we saw that we thought were her grandfather
This isn't really happening!
were indeed just pious in disguise. Now we're pretty badly wounded because we can't really go through that room very well. Let's get a quick heal. We have oh wow, Peter's a lot of magic. Not a ton of sanity and a medium amount of health, but lots of magic though. Do a big heal. Recover. Big recover. Yeah. But yeah, so the bishop was, I don't know the bishop's name from Anthony's chapter, but yeah, the bishop was a separate dude, and he had audience with Charlemagne, and that led to Charlemagne's death. And according to this game's lore, because that bishop was evil AF. What is the rifle? Here we can find out. Let's check it. It is the Enfield Mark III. You're correct. Who is my deity? So the starting deity was Zelatoth, the Green Lady. It is Jennifer Hale, you're right. Jennifer Hale voices the main Zelatoth voice as well as Alex Roivas, the main protagonist. Reliable under adverse conditions. Good stuff. This one's just a plain old revolver. A 6-shooter. Very good. 1892. I think we've inspected everything else. Stuffs. Alright, so we're healed up now. I want to explore that room at some point, but we don't have the means to do so right now. Talking to the lady now, by the way, a fiendish cackle erupts from the young woman's throat, sending a chill down Peter's spine. As her mouth opens wide, Peter is sure that her teeth are sharp, elongated, and covered with blood. Oof. Brutal. So to be clear, she's not a bone thief. She's like a normal lady, a normal human person, but we have these visions of her having something else going down, though. Yeah, Pius chose that. Yeah. Did Pius choose Zelatoth? Or is she my alignment? Yeah. So Zelatoth is what Pius chose. So Zelatoth is the main villain, you would say then. Let's go upstairs. See what else we can find. Yeah, she's incredible. I mean, she's done so much. She's done so many roles and so many, done a lot of, so much voice acting over the years, and she's so fucking good and talented. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me reload. Yeah, so yeah, Jennifer Hale's a badass. She's incredible. This room has fallen into disuse. Things are rife with dust. Nothing but trash and debris. However, here is our old friend. Our best buddy, BFF forever, the two-edged sword. Fucking love this thing. One of my favorite melee weapons in the game. Hopefully it fares better than Anthony and Paul Luther did in the preceding years. Some revolver ammo, which is good. Actually gonna go ahead and reload that real quick. Mix. Like that detail where it shows like the number of chambers reloading are part of the animation. I think the number of shells you see get dispensed is also matching it, which is kind of cool. We're gonna have the revolver be the primary weapon, but we'll probably use the sword for a lot of things. A lot of rat friends. Nephew's been watching. Oh, that's awesome, JD. That's so cool. Yeah. That's so awesome. Yeah. JD, do you want to link that series, by the way, in the chat? Because I know you were talking about that on social media not too long ago. So this Pokemon project you've been involved in with your voice acting talents. That's so cool when, yeah, like a family member is watching, well, like, you know, like this family member watching something that you, like, participated in earnest, especially if something like this, which is very much a passion project. That's so cool. I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to enhance our sword. Actually, no, I think what I'll just do is give myself a shield. That'll help. Oh, yeah, there's the Tulwar, the dual Tulwar, then there's the Ramdao. Both of them are incredible, but you only get them for one chapter. I love when we get the two-edged sword a whole bunch. So it's a recurring friend in an unkind area, unkind game. All this ammo. Oh, yes. Finish him. I'm going to elect not to finish them because I want the sanity effects. I desire them. We've seen this before. Oops. So I just want to cut his entire torso off. I cut his entire body off. There we go. Even though the phantom limbs remain. Medical supplies. Covered with bloody fingerprints. It's hard to tell whether they're actually used or just... Oh, used to save lives or just relieve the suffering. Excuse me. Recurring character named Crash. Oh, very good. Very good, dude. Yeah, if you have like a link that you can post, JD, we'd be happy to see that shit. Oh, a torch. That's actually useful because it's dank AF in these parts. And now we can actually see what we're doing. Granted, it's not as good of a weapon, but still, it'll come in clutch. The Ramdao, yeah. I mean, you get the dual Tulwars, though, and the dual Tulwars are cool, but then you get the Ramdao, like, 2 rooms later, and the Ramdao is so fucking good. That thing can actually one-shot, like, the normal zombies with the top attack. So tasty. So fucking, yeah, in Kareem's chapter, it's so good. Love that shit. Nothing else really here. Oh, I lost my head. Uh-oh. Can I pick it back up?
To be or not to be, that is the question.
whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea troubles, and by opposing them to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end.
All right, replace head? Sure.
This isn't really happening.
Pop the head back on. Nothing weird, right? It's totally normal. That's one of my favorite sanity effects. I was thinking something was amiss when we didn't have our magic anymore and the lady was gone. I was like, all right, what's going on? Some shit's about to go down. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Very elaborate one, and it's easy to miss because the head pops off. You might think, oh, that's it, but like, oh wait, there's more to this. All right, we have these fucking dudes. Can I get myself a quickie and a sticky? Little enchantment with our weapon. Now we're shielded and enchanted. So the shield actually came in clutch. Lots of bone thieves. Yeah, there we go. That shield coming in clutch. Hoping to knock these guys down after they grab us. So the regular humans were fighting against bone thieves inside of them. Yeah. Those bone thieves are brutal. Like, they do a lot of damage. Peter's a fucking badass. You don't take no shit from no one. Let's do a quick medium heal, as we took quite a lot of damage there. Perfect, thank you, JD. That's awesome. Now, of course, no, I in a general sense, I don't say it often enough. But for people who are content creators in the channel, usually my general rule is that, like, I just ask people not to spam it, you know, just to, like, spam self-promotion stuff. But generally speaking, yes, self-promotion is allowed on my channel. Especially if you're a regular, especially if you're somebody that I know decently well. And JD, you are perhaps the most regular of regulars. Does that, Alex, are you trying to say you see him a lot? Or are you saying that you admire how well he can poop? The answer is yes. But yeah, in a general sense, yeah, self-promotion is allowed across the board. Just the only thing I ask is not to, like, be too spammy with it, and no one ever is. We've never had problems with it. The other thing I ask is for people not to, like, actively try to draw people away. Because I see that on other chats sometimes where somebody will be like, don't watch this person, watch me instead, I'm going live, smiley face, like that kind of shit. But again, it's literally never been a problem here, so I'm not worried about it. Here's some music, except it's a little bit bloodied and not good. Not as good looking. Somewhat tattered through years of use and also some blood splatters. We can probably suss out what this should be, though. Oh, we need the power to be restored, though. Right. Minor issue. Let's go back to the torch for a bit. Wait a second. Can you enchant the torch? Oh, if only. I wanted to enchant the torch. Because it is a melee weapon. It's not a great melee weapon, but it does do a small amount of damage. It'll do in a pinch. Alright, so we can go downstairs. We still can't reveal anything over here. Is there anything else? There were people up top, but it seemed like the up top areas were all dead ends. So I don't know if there's anything worth going around there. Yeah, let's just go downstairs, I think. Oh, I should save. Because we're doing a lot of things. It's not safe, really? Is there something here? Didn't have bias choose, so no, it's okay. I mean, there's I mean, you play through the game once, you pretty much see like the main story. Like, there are arguably significant differences with all three of the ancient evils that are chosen, but the main story is still the same. So it's not really a shameful thing, I would say, Mr. Stokes. Oh shit. Let's go back to the weapon then. To the main weapon. Let's chop his body off like a badass. Now can I save? Nope. Okay. It'll kill something eventually. That's right. Eventually it'll do something. Now we have the torch. We can see things so much better, which is great. Yeah, so this room, of course, yeah, this is where we got the revolver earlier. Yeah, this room we're done with. Which is probably for the best, because it's a pretty gruesome side on it. Oh, look at this. Look at this painting right here. This room is slightly different. It says, your fate That right one is different. The left and middle one are the same, but the right one is different. Your fate. I missed that little detail. There's so many details, man. There's so many little touches and nuances to miss. That are easy to miss, rather. So it's like the... Yeah, Zone A. I just noticed those designations on the top there. Let's go up top because there were some scary peoples. So you can knock them back with the torch, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. If I'm gonna fight them in earnest. Ouch. Nice of them to wait after they punch us. And sure enough, Bone Thief inside. But if you're fast, you can hit them. Hit them with the gamer hits. The gamer moves. Do a quick heal. First aid box. Yeah, it is kind of nice. Back to the torch, because now we can like explore and take our time. Now that we have a weapon with which to defend ourselves. If there's any ammo or pickups around here. We explored out here already, so I think this is pretty much good to go. Do we get anything for clearing out all the bad guys, I wonder? Because yeah, I was gonna say there's gonna be one up here. There's very much an evil lady. It's a blue one this time. Which means that would be a Ulioth aligned zombie, unlike the green ones we've seen. Which one? That actually means that one actually has a head. It does, so it instantly kills the Mantrog zombies and the Zelototh zombies. One of the main things why the Zelototh playthrough can actually be pretty cool. Because, yeah, it makes dealing with these Zelototh zombies that much easier. Because the alignment you choose at the beginning influences the zombies than enemies you'll find. And more often than not, that's the default kind of monster you'll see. So the Zelototh monsters will be what you'll see more often if you choose Zelototh at the beginning. Same thing if you were to choose Chaturga, you would see the red zombies. Or if you were to choose Ulioth, you would see the blue zombies by default. So yeah, the green ones are a lot weaker. And compared to the red ones and the blue ones. And are supplemented to the torch. The downside with the Zelototh playthrough is that it means Chaturga is the last alignment you get, which means you don't get a healing spell until like the 4th chapter, which is a little bit tricky. But it's still, I mean, if you're a medium gamer, you don't have to be a pro gamer, but if you're a medium gamer, you should be okay. Let's go back this way then. Let's go downstairs and see if we can find the switch to turn the power on. I want to look at the poster. Afraid of fire, that's right, yeah. Yeah, I think the lore for Zelotoths is the most interesting because at one point in the intro, they say that like Zelototh's power can inspire madness upon anyone who interacts or looks upon her. And the monster designs for the Zelototh monsters I think is the most fascinating because the Bone Thieves don't even have heads, they just have swirling lights where a cranium would be. The Black Guardian is this multi-armed like green goddess demon. Hold on, what was it called? We got the Autopsy, the Guardian.
Oh, gibbering insanity, wrought in flesh as though an artist had sculpted it. Created from nothing by their mistress Zelototh, a canvas as grotesque as any. Their bodies made no sense, no heads, no organs, an empty husk, devoid of the trappings of nature, but it walked, it sang, it shrieked, a mockery of reason, both natural and mental, a blasphemy from beyond the veil.
Forgot about this.
The veil has opened, and we should not see beyond.
Forgot about this. If you look... Oh, hold on. I'm not done.
We weren't meant to. Never, ever meant to. Oh, give us the blessing of ignorance. The happiness of oblivion. Innocence can only be tainted. Never returned.
Okay. So, yes, I forgot about this. If you look at Maximilian's autopsies as somebody other than Maximilian, you'll get a voiceover accompanying it. The Guardian, yeah, everything is, all the monster designs are like pretty different, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, I like the voiceover, and with Maximilian's character, it's implied that he's like been driven at least partially mad with his interactions of these monsters, which explains why, yeah, it's a little bit hammed.
Corpses, lumbering, rotting cadavers. What contrivance could have wrought this abomination? Disease, science, blasphemous occult rituals. How can something so dead, yet be so alive and hungry? They lust for flesh, human flesh, and feast upon all the sweet breads a man has to offer.
The sweetbreads that man has to offer, that's right.
Neither the embalming salve of their wrappings nor the numbness of death could override the dominating madness that is Xenotarth. Controlled, prodded into an existence by an incessant cacophony of voices, penetrating every level of their psyches, these corpses are coerced into life, ambling, moaning, shrieking.
Then one more.
The devils inside the servants' skulls were trying to kill me. They plotted behind doors locked and barred and planned the downfall of the human race. I took care of the ones around me, stopped their plans. There are others, I'm sure, out there, manipulating us, secreting madness inside our very heads, while our souls are pushed into the corners of our skulls, watching as our hands do tasks that we have no control over. Oh, horrible, horrible things. We must purge them from our midst, kill them all, cut them, burn them. It's the only way.
The all caps is a nice touch.
I've done it. It works.
Now, there was a point there where he talked about how he knows that some of his servants were being controlled by bone thieves and that he took care of them. Now, we're not well, in his chapter, we of course saw the bone thieves emerge from some of the servants, but I think there was an implication there that there was like more that he dealt with off screen. So I think there's more like lore about Maximilian that we haven't seen firsthand just yet. No obvious vulnerabilities, lack of internal organs. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to see if there were any other like notes about the different zombies there, different monsters. The great beast summon. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Look how small they are. I can just step on them. They can still hurt me, but you just step on them. Squish. If only. I like that one because you get to like step on the zombies like they're so small to a quick heal. Agreed, to see Stoats. Yeah, he's not like the most physically capable character, but his lore is fascinating. More rat friends. But yeah, the Great Beast Summon. Yeah, I think they refer to that as that beast that we see at the end of Paul Luther's chapter. That beast is called the Black Guardian, and the design for that monster is quite different across the three alignments. I think the general attack styles they have are fairly similar, I think. But yeah, the designs for the monsters are super different. It's super fascinating. Have a good night, Wireable. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Hope work goes okay for you, but I know it's getting kind of late, so I guess it might be the late shift. But thank you for joining in, my friend. And thank you for the raid as well. Thank you again to Wired Wolf and to Mega Team Up and to Kubos for their very kind raids. So let's see. The desk has not been touched in some time. The Marie Celeste. What is the Marie Celeste? Would that be... Is that maybe the name of the pipe organ or something, maybe? Half-written letter speaks silent, unfinished activity. Okay. So it's like fairly normal. There's some revolver ammo there, which is nice to see. A couple things to just look at from time to time, but nothing crazy. You know, it also occurs to me we have this rifle. I should probably reload it. There we go. That way, I mean, we're probably never going to be in a situation where we need all 10 shots in one quick succession, but we'll have it ready just in case it ever comes up. Yeah, maybe it's a ship, Irouse. That would make more sense, too. Or I should save. I've been saving often. Peter's a pretty physically capable lad, much more so than Roberto, but still. Good to play it safe. Some more rifle ammo. Can always use more of that in my diet. Yeah, this would have been Brother Andrew's chamber in Paul Luther's chapter. Just kept very clean. It's not more chaotic for a frontline hospital, though. This is where death certificates are written. Yeah, you would think so. An American merchant. Yo, you nailed it, Irasi. Hell yeah. Discovered adrift and did... Oh, that one. Okay, very good. Nothing else here to note. I feel like we might have had a historical fact about the Marie Celeste. Iros, that sounds vaguely familiar. My favorite character to play as? Oh, hold on. Oh! Look at all this rifle ammo. This is great! So we have... Well, hold on. 16. Still 16? Okay. Kind of weird. But there's so much. And all these happy things we're getting. Yeah, still 16. It lies. I like that one. That's a fun one. We've seen it once before, but I still like it. But anyway, my favorite character to play as. It's tricky because characters like Maximilian have such fascinating lore and such a well-made story, but he's kind of slow. The flintlock pistols are kind of cool, but they take forever to reload, so the saber he has is just kind of so-so. I would say my favorite, like, physically would either be Karim or Anthony. Although Peter's pretty cool too. He gets a rifle and a revolver and a motherfucking bastard sword, which is pretty sweet. So I would say it's somewhere between those three. Karim is so fucking cool. Oh, there's the guy we get later on that has... I almost don't want to say too much, but like the guy later on in the game has also some very good ranged weapons. Yeah, the sword's pretty sweet in this game, honestly. So the pipe organ, the workings remain most the same. Originally, it was there was a manual bellows, but now it's of course steam powered. World War I technology, World War I era technology, of course. Electricity and such. It's one of the oldest restored pipe organs in the world. It'd be cool to see this cathedral in real life. The Oblier Cathedral that is, you know, actually in existence. I wonder if there's like any like if they do like tours of it, or of the cathedral, and if there's anybody who would know, like, oh yeah, this cathedral is featured heavily in like some movies or maybe in video games and such. So we couldn't see what I was shooting at, but we do know that there were at least a few trappers. Let's reload real quick. So yeah, you're reloading 3 chambers and 3 spent shells are cast aside, which is kind of cool. Right, so we came through one of these 3 doors. I can't remember which one. Let's kind of poke around though. Maturing wine. When the war is over, if it ever is, the wine will be of a good vintage. Now, are any of these special at all? Because one of them was empty last time, and we were kind of like thumping the wooden doors to see if we could feel anything unique. Never mind, there's a dead guy here. Oh, not you. Soldier's body. Far from the front line, this poor man met his end. His fate is far removed from his brothers in arms. Victim of the cathedral itself, as opposed to bullets or bayonets and such. Yeah, like none of them are special, I guess, because yeah, last time we were here, one of them was special. One of them was empty. And like you turn the spigot, it would activate a secret door. Historical mysteries. Oh, that's cool, Stotzi. Yeah, that sounds incredible. I've never actually played a Call of Cthulhu tabletop game. Just played a few of the video games. Yeah, I've never experienced the tabletop stuffs. That's so cool. Yeah, there's like historical context. That's so dope, dude. Good shit. steam power generator. It sits idly waiting for steam to be supplied. There is a lever. Should we pull the lever? Yes. So it's trying. There's no steam coming in. Alright. Still a few more things to try. Let's grab some more ammo. Let me save real quick, just because, again, I need to be saving more often. Save early, save often. We all know it. Oh, that's right, JD. Yeah, the one you shared with me. I'll be curious to hear what their reaction is. I mean, I'm sure they'll like it, but I'm sure I'd be curious to know, like, if they'll be like, kind of recognizing the significance of, like, oh, this is our friend's last records, reminiscing on his adventures. Open face fuse box. A fuse is missing. Well, we do have our lucky penny. Maybe it could do in a pinch. It fits nicely, but there's no power. Okay. So that's one part of the puzzle. So we need steam, we need power. Then we'll be able to turn the lights back on. Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm a zombie now. I'm gonna go and do zombie shit. Yeah, let's go this way. I'm gonna go do zombie shit over here. I'll see you guys later. Except it's all dark in here. I get a close look at myself. Okay, maybe not that close to a look. Let's go this way. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna fall over. Okay, that was a good sanity effect.
This can't be happening!
Little zombie friend. What do zombies do for fun? Well, clearly they'd, like, attend zombie raves. And do, like, zombie drugs, recreational zombie drugs. So a faithful, rusty boiler. Heat and steam. No pressure being diverted. Let's turn the wheel. That should fix the issue. We do. We can make trappers as well as zombies. Speaking of the goddamn devil, there's a small space with which a trapper could fit. So let's do a few things. I need to get some sanity back. Because in order to control a summoned thing, you need sanity. So I'm going to make a rare instance of me actually wanting more sanity as opposed to wanting less of it. Summon our little friends. Sadly, there are no Mantarok trappers, as cool as that would be. Let's go for little red buddy. It's true, JD. Yeah, that's the proper way to do it, honestly. Alright, so what's going on here? We can see... Oh, there's a thingy! I like that. And we know there's some kind of object blocking this door from being opened. We can target this thing, and this is a trapper, which means it can teleport things to the trapper dimension. So let's do just that. And of course, utilizing the trapper power kills it instantly. But now... Look at that, we can get in. My little buddy dissipates, and there's the last circle of power for 7-point spells. So cool! Now we can cast 7-point spells and be real gamers. So let's go ahead and do... I have a big shield as one of my quick spells. Let's do... new spell. So protect self with 4 Pargon. And now we have the 7-tier version, or the 7-point version of protect self. Or shield, rather. So let's assign this, the Mantarok variety, to left there. What should I put on right? I think we have most of the spells. I think I might wait. I know one more that we don't have identified yet. I might wait for that one. How's my magic right now? Oh, never mind. It's pretty low right now. Wait for that to get back before we can... Because I'd like to put a shield on myself again. Can I pick up, like, the fucking wrenches over here to use as melee weapons? I guess a bastard sword is genuinely cooler. Alright, so now that we have steam coming through... That's a more satisfying noise. Alright, so we're getting there. Steam is getting through. What about the circuit breaker? So let's do this. Let's try our lucky penny again. Okay, so we've replaced the fuse correctly. It's a dangerous fix, but enough to bring power to the circuits. Is that the last piece that we needed? Let's pull it again. Little squeaky. Little mouse friend. We make so many mouse friends in this game. It's great. Bastard sword is the perfect size. Yeah, it's probably the proper, you know, the better thing to use. As satisfying as it would be to clobber a zombie in the face with a monkey wrench. The circles of power and spells. Yeah, I think it comes with the tome. Because you don't get to, like, even access the spell menu until you have the tome on your person. So I think that's exactly as totes. Because, yeah, otherwise it's... And also when you pick up the tome, they have those flashbacks where they have, like, all those that came before them. We see, like, that vision of them. So it's like we got all the knowledge of the spells that they learned and all the circles of power that they learned how to use, that kind of thing. The steam-driven generator is a monstrosity, by the way. An antique behemoth covered in brass fittings and spikes wreathed in thorns of crackling electricity. Very good. It is a slight nightmare, but it's a functional nightmare, which is good enough for me. So the power has been restored, which means we probably don't need this anymore. Because, yeah, the lights are on now. Oh, okay, well, sometimes there are sanity effects where you'll shoot for no reason. Which is unfortunate because that wastes ammo. I feel like I never used ranged weapons though, so I'm trying to like incentivize myself to do so. It's about the size of a building. Yep, sounds about right. I mean, it takes up an entire room. I've already read that detail previously. I think we've explored all of these rooms fully. I don't think there's anything new that these can offer with the lights on now. Yep, seems legit. So back up we go. Let's go ahead and save. Oh, I guess I can't save right now. Okay. Oh, shit. Now I can see outside. Actually impressed that Peter wasn't hit by the shattered glass slapping like past him. Yeah, it's definitely more modern for sure. They got small pretty quickly though, that's good. I think Peter knows that there's something nearby. There is. And I'm able to aim at it, but I can't quite see it. Oh, we can play this now though, right. So it's old and well preserved. Workmanship is exquisite. But borders on the grotesque, they say. Demonic figures hide within the swirling facade designs, invisible to the eye. Right, well, we can't see all of the musical passage to play, but we can probably piece most of it together. Okay, that wasn't it. Oh, it's... Shit, I guess B is that middle note there. There we go. Maybe not as efficient though, yeah. One of the original chapels near... Oh, Washington, D.C., that's cool. Very dated, that makes perfect sense. They probably would have wanted to preserve as much as they could. Like, yeah, the more you modernize, the more you're running the risk of losing some of the deets. Look at this bullet dodging motherfucker. Well, if they've closed into melee range... Ah, get off me! Ouch! Got their asses. Right, now after all that trouble, all that for a doorknob, door handle. So no holy water, no other ritualistic items, just a door handle. Let's go ahead and grab it. Awful lot of pomp and circumstance for such a otherwise mundane object. Yeah, that is some Castlevania kind of music, isn't it? How does that mechanism work? Yeah, playing a musical passage somehow opens up a tabernacle. I mean, I've never played a pipe organ before, and I've never tried to open a tabernacle that was locked through other mechanisms. But yeah, I don't know how realistic that really is. But it is cool. If nothing else, there's always space magic as the explanation. So I like whenever we reload with all 6 bullets spent, get all 6 chambers for when the reload animation, which is kind of neat. Just as a priest. Oh, that's cool. Church of England. Yeah, that's awesome. It's like big old chapels. Yeah. That sounds incredible. I'm sure it's very pretty. Very scenic. Maybe not scenic. Very like, oh wait, what am I doing here? I think this area is fine. We've already cleared this out. Yeah, lots of cool, like, sightseeing possibilities, that kind of stuff. Lots of cool, like, probably artistic, this is, like, artistically designed buildings, like, very, very fascinating and very, like, very, probably, like, very, maybe even, like, a little bit intimidating, just with how large and looming these buildings can be. Sitting there during Christmas, though? Oh, geez, yeah, when it's cold and frigid, yeah, I can't say I blame you. So now there is this. Colored lines decorating the wall. So we've seen this kind of thing before. Usually when we see something like this, it means that there is some kind of passage that is hidden from the unseeing eye. And previously, we of course had Reveal Invisible as a spell, but we only had the 5-point magic. Now we have 7-point magic. So let's see if we need a 7-point version of Reveal Area. So I think that would be... not Dispel Area. We were doing this earlier. Not Dispel Area. I think it's Absorb Area. With 4 part rounds. Reveal Invisible. So, in this particular case, if it's been sealed with Zelatoth green magic, that means we need Chaturga red magic because red beats green, fire beats grass. So, Reveal Invisible. Let's try that shit. Doesn't cost too much mana, actually. Or Magicka, rather. But that's how I am too, JD. Yeah, I was raised Methodist, but I'm not really at all practicing nowadays, or really personally believing. But yeah, I can at least appreciate just like the cool architecture and like the stained glass windows and just like the art behind a lot of it. So the door has been revealed. Scratches and dents infest the wood, telling a dark story. It's missing its handle though, so not only was it rendered invisible, they removed the door handle, as if that was going to stop us. Oh, but we're not done. So here we are, it's another one of these kinds of things. So instead of seeing into the present time, now we're seeing in Paul Luther's time. But the pews are here. So look at this. No longer a field hospital, now it is much like Paul Luther's time. Can't actually go through the other rooms at least, but that is pretty cool though. I want more of those because I find those to be so fascinating. So I should save more often. I was trying to save earlier, but the game wouldn't let me. It was being mean. Sounds good, so thanks for hanging out, buddy. Have a great night, my friend. Oh yeah, understandable. No, it is getting late. Yeah, it was the fog machine, that's right. Thank you again to Stoats for hanging out, my friend. Have a great night, my dude. And thank you for that resub as well, my dude. You're too darn good to me, my friend. Yeah, it was the fog machine. For a concert. Or a rave. Lots of revolver ammo, which is great. Anything else around here? So there's this small matter of this blood trail leading this way. Blood trail leading this way down to this cavernous area. Okay, let's bring up the torch, actually. A little bit alarming, right? A little bit, like, conspicuous. Now we're seeing passages that remind us a lot of, at least remind me a lot, of what we saw with Anthony's chapter and Paul Luther's chapter, these catacombs. Like this motherfucker's on fire. Alright, so, oh wow, that hurt a lot. That's why I've been saving so much. I'm gonna light this motherfucker on fire as well. Smack. Watching him writhe and suffer. Alright, so I got hit pretty bad though. Let's use a 7-point heal. Big heal. Which means I have to define the big heal. So that'd be absorb, self. Alex, yourself self-absorbed. So we do that. Recover. Big. Could we have upcoming boss battles? We haven't really had a boss battle yet. Well, I guess we had a mini boss battle. But yes, what could be lurking and waiting? We know that there's that one room with the Black Guardian, the one that fucking deleted Paul Luther's brain. There's also that, which doesn't sound very good. I think that's just a sanity effect, though. Wish I could light these candles myself. There's a big boy. There's always the rifle, if nothing else. And let's put this. Let's leave and enchant our rifle with big, mega dick spank magic. Let's do a big enchant item, which means a 7.1. That would be, I think, absorb item. Or, oh, I think it's project item. That's a 7-point enchant. And on the rifle. Costs quite a lot of mana, but it is a worthwhile investment. Now we're cooking with gas. Shoot this motherfucker in the face, not you. Ah. Get away. I shut off all of his heads, so far as I can tell. Just obliterate that man's torso. Now, sadly, as much as I want... Actually, alright, one more. Bam! That is deeply satisfying. I could probably just let... I was gonna say, let the poison do its damage. Because, again, ammo is fairly limited. We actually have quite a bit of ammo, though, don't we? I don't know, I feel like I probably should be somewhat responsible. A quick reload. Lost a little bit of health. Let's do a 5-point heal. Got that big boy. Also fucking obliterated him with a mega charged rifle. Light this motherfucker up. Get fucked. Door is locked, of course. I think this is the door we came from. This one right here. When we were here as Paul Luther, we were doing the whole thing with the urns filled with unholy water. Oh, can I save? Probably not with the bad guy still dying. Once he disappears, then we'll be fine. There we go. Oh, it's this one again. My heckin' controller. Except... Okay, well, this particular version of the effect isn't as scary because one of these One of the zombies was body blocking the others. Usually that effect is scarier because the zombies are attacking you, but the hallway is so narrow. One body blocking zombie is enough to prevent it from being scary. Is there one more? Nope, no there's not. Okay. Clingity cling. Man, that 7-point enchantment lasts forever, doesn't it? It's great. Oh, I should have the torch. So I can see with my eyeballs. Smack. What this? A letter. This is Soldier's Letter Part 3. Electric Boogaloo. So from Jackson to Margaret. So, oh right, still learning more about Haskell's fate. 2 weeks since Haskell went missing and I'm afraid to go to sleep. More than once I saw shadows of people moving past my bed, peeking through the blinds to see a wounded soldier being taken from his bed, drugged and delirious in the dead of night. Never to be seen again. As Haskell was, perhaps as I will be. What happens to them, I don't know. I am afraid to ask what happened, for I know that I would surely be the next one to be taken into the darkness. Oh, so he's saying he was peeking through the blinds to see soldiers being taken, yeah. I mean, in the intro we saw something kind of similar. The one dude being dragged away, presumably still alive. Books about the occult lore and arcane science, from ludicrous to most hideously unholy. Stacked full of occult items, beyond anything Peter would have expected. Uncovers bizarre drawings of unnatural creatures, animated corpses, ethereal nightmares. Yeah, I think the cathedral areas might be some of my favorite. Just because I appreciate that particular sub-flavor of like spooky horror settings. Of like haunted, occult cathedrals, or the idea of taking something nice and pristine and holy and it being corrupted into something menacing and awful and terrible. Like in the Extra Life Marathon, do a quick heal by the way, in the Extra Life Marathon, we played several games from the Haunted Cities collection. There was that one called Monastery, and it was my favorite game of all the spooky games we played that night. And there was no combat, there was no monsters that we ever saw in person, at least. It was pretty sustained, but the things that it described and what it hinted at in the overall setting reminded me a lot of this game and these chapters, and I loved it so much. So I almost feel like less is more in that kind of sense, you know? It's what the brain conjures up in the absence of details can be quite horrible. It's a haunted Applebee's, that's right. Recession to the wall, not as flush. Can it slide inward? It can, and it do. Hell yes. Who are these little buddies? Squeak! That was a rat. I was like, oh! Freeze, villain! No, it's just a rat, Alex. It's fine. He can't hurt you anymore. Now, there's blood, on the other hand, on the walls. A little bit more ominous. Letting it play. That's right. Same with movies and TV shows or books, even. Yeah, the imagination can be a powerful tool for spooky things, and also, arguably, is the most important sex organ in your body. The brain, that is. So it's good for spooky times and sexy times, sometimes simultaneously. Alex, are you referring to having a wet nightmare? No. Yes. Also, there's a key with... I like the purple candles. That's cool. Alright, so let me go back to the torch so I can see more gooder. Fancy key. And this accursed shrine glinting in the soft candlelight. The Binding Hall. Now, they were talking about the binding ritual to keep that Black Guardian under their control, under their dominion. Is this what the Binding Hall could be? We'll have to find out, my friends. I think that last door that Paul Luther went through looked... Or one of the last doors looked like that blue one we saw earlier. Oh, buddy. Oh, what? My nightmare is just piss? That is delightful, Irossi. One of my favorite King Crimson songs is called One More Red Nightmare. It's about a man having a nightmare about a plane crash. And so now I'm imagining a rewrite of that song called One More Wet Nightmare. Which has maybe slightly altered lyrics. Maybe just a little bit. Alright, so we came to this door. This one I think is what we just found the means to unlock. How about this one though? We can produce it ourselves, JD. With our powers combined. Here, trappers. I don't know where they are.
What's going on?
Oh, he's right there. Okay, shit. You know what, that's okay. I haven't been in the trapper dimension in a hot minute. There's lots of friends. Now, one thing, it's been a while since we've been here. And... oh, I see it. So there's monsters. For one thing, there's monsters fighting each other. That's kind of cool. Give me the purple. I think the blue one just popped. Whoa, shit, wrong one. The blue one just popped and killed the other purple friend. Now, I could step on that green pedestal, the little glowy friend, to get our sanity back, but I don't want our sanity back. I like being insane. See, the blue friend was fighting this guy earlier. The blue friend exploded, just fucking destructed, and the Mantrog zombie sustained the hit. However, look at this. Remember earlier we teleported that corpse away, and here he is. So the trapper dimension, it's not like a series of like disconnected rooms or anything. It is really just that, a single dimension with continuity. So anything you teleport to the trapper dimension stays here. So the body we teleported out of that little room that was blocking the door has wound up here, which is always a cool little detail that I appreciated. Blood from the vicious wounds surrounding his face and neck soaks the remnants of what appears to be a uniform with a sickly dark red. It's a cool little detail, though. You do, JD. That's correct. That's correct. Similar kind of platform design. And oh, I'm not familiar with Shaman King. Sounds fancy, though. What's up, Mr. Whale? Good to see you, buddy. We're playing more spooky game. There's a trapper somewhere, but I can hear him, but I can't see him. Oh, now that is a nice point him out, Whale. Hell yes. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Whale. I know it's getting kind of late. You're getting home from work just now. I hope it was an okay time. The most okayest of times. That's all the trapper friends. Now what's this? A milky blue bottle. It's a magical elixir. Elixir, but I hardly even know her. And the hydrate, of course, will. Anything for you, my friend. 90s anime. Oh, okay. With some similar architecture with those platforms. Ancient stone drenched with blood. Countless strikes of a sacrificial knife. Stone reeks of the pain and torment inflicted upon it. Cold air with lingering spirits. Can feel the sullen despair, witnessing every sacrifice with horror and disgust. Spirits writhe in the dank air with his every breath. Begging for help he cannot give, for release from their unholy tomb. Place is pretty rough. Nothing else we can really look at here. That magical elixir, though. It has five drinks, 5 eats from it, and restores magic. Now, let's think about this. It's giving us a bunch of ammo. It's giving us a magical elixir. The first time we've ever seen such a thing. I wonder if we do indeed have some kind of major combat thing coming in hot. Oddly shaped key. Made from large bones. Smaller bone fragments and other organic matter. From the teeth and the handle. A weird key thingy indeed. Back to the torch. Top 4 anime. Wow, that good. That's awesome, man. This remake on Netflix, that is quite good. That is high praise, because yeah, I know JD, you're one of my go-to anime recommendation peoples. So if it's in the top 5, or the top 4 at least, then that is a good sign. That it's some good shit. Oh, hold on, that was a cool little detail. I just noticed this. There's a little crack in the wall. There's a few of them, actually. There's a few glyphs in the wall. The top right looks like the Chaturga glyph. If I show you this, This guy right here, the one with the little, let's go, I guess it's going this way for you guys, but the little slant above it. Got that in the top right. And then the one for Zelatoth, the green one, it's kind of on its side. But yeah, that green one, this guy right there, kind of like the more longer, slenderer ones. I never even noticed that until now, but yeah. And also the bleeding ceiling, but that's not an issue really. Netflix remakes, yeah. Well, it can be dodgy. It's not always a perfect track record, but I do know that there are some of them that are quite good. The Cowboy Bebop. It's weird because yeah, I've heard so many people like major critics pan it, but I have a couple friends that actually liked the remake. But they went into it knowing that it was going to be, you know, significantly different. They weren't expecting it to be like exactly the same, kind of a reimagining of sorts. So, I do want to watch it myself, but I'm trying to like withhold judgment. Yeah, more zombie friends. I know it did get canceled though because it didn't get very good ratings. I was gonna say, is that gonna go fall down? We're just kind of floundering and slapping away. You guys are slowly dying. A brutal fire death, as it should be. Yeah, it's an actual anime. Yeah, not like a live-action adaptation. Because, yeah, the reimaginings and re-adaptations of anime is where it is sometimes not the bestest. I know there was the Death Note live-action remake. There was the... what was it? Attack on Titan live action remake. Both of which I've heard not glowing things about necessarily. Old stiff bodies sprawled in steps. The fact this guy made it this deep in is pretty impressive. Trying to discover his identity. All that is left of his face is a ruined mass of eaten flesh. Oh my. Oh, I didn't realize there was a Full Metal Alchemist movie. Interesting. Yeah, that's another one where it's like, oh, it could be dicey for sure. Yeah, if there was like a lot, yeah, exactly. That's where like, the track record is spotty. Flesh has been eaten. Scroll is magical attack. But why is it here of all places in this corridor? Magical attacks. Reject area, which is pretty nifty. And in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and have that be on our quick cast. Oh shit, I didn't mean to cast it. No, I wanted to assign it. Quick cast on the right. That way it's like, it's nice and fast. For more elaborate castings, I usually do those manually, usually. Rurouni Kenshin is pretty good for like a live adaptation. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a live version of that either. I'm just out of the loop. That is good to know though, that is quite good. I remember watching Rurouni Kenshin when it was on Toonami literally decades ago, and I remember liking what I saw, but I never got to watch very much of it. I think it came on at like an inconvenient time slot for me. Three movies recommend, even to non-anime. So Rurouni Kenshin is one. Oh, is the author? Oh, really? Ooh, that's not very good sounding. By the way, so here is another scary door. This is the same scary door that led to Paul Luther's head-exploding death last time. However, we're playing as a different lad with different times and different abilities. Maybe his fate will be different. Senses an unbearable evil beyond that door. When he reaches to open it, the fear creeps into his gut and begins to eat at his soul. So, I'm going to employ a brief, an ever so brief, I'm not sure what the word for it is, but I'm just going, I'm just going to go ahead and use my knowledge to tell me that I should go ahead and heal. I should also get a little bit of sanity back. I'm going to get one more casting. And then, with whatever I have left, I'm going to try to enchant some things. I'm going to go ahead and enchant this cool-ass rifle. Do I have enough to give it like a 5-point? We probably don't have enough for a big one. Yeah, not quite enough. I guess we could just do the well, I mean, we have the magical elixir as well. We have 5 eats of it. I think I'll just do a 3 hit. Jojo, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know Jojo's a big one for a lot of friends. A lot of people. I have a number of friends that recommend Jojo quite a lot. He was arrested. Oh, okay, yeah. So you have to kind of separate. Yeah, that's something we've talked about before, how that it can be difficult sometimes trying to do that. Trying to resolve when someone that makes cool art also does some, you know, unsavory things. It can be tricky. Let's go ahead and save. And then gird our loins. Here we go, friends. What awaits us? Let's find out. Part 6 for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, at least. Yeah, it's the #1 anime. That's good to know, JD. Yeah, it's that good. L to the yes. We saw a similar sequence with Paul Luther walking through here. Oh, but there's something emanating. What could it be? And what's beyond there? And there she is. The Zealoth Black Guardian. A true nightmare of sorts. Gonna take more than that. We got a boss battle. A rare boss battle in this game.
Are you trying to fight me?
I am.
Or entertain me, little one?
Can it be both? I like that ricochet noise. I think that means she's immune to bullets or something right now. I wonder if I need to... Actually, can't remember how to fight this lady. If I need to enchant my rifle more deliberately, or if I need to dispel magic. She's like... I think when she's glowing like that, something is special. Let's try this. Let's try... Or it could be magical attack, actually. Let's try that, maybe, since we just got it. Let's do a 5-point. Oh, I don't have a lot of magic, though, do I? Alright, so... The spell went off, but it didn't seem to do anything. And now I'm straight up out of magic for a bit. That's fine. It could be just... Oh, maybe there's something else. Maybe I'm just supposed to walk over this way? Just grab the thing. Of course, there's a barrier here. Still eats flesh somehow. Yeah, as evident by all the blood splatters around here. Oh. It stole some of my health, or my magic, that is. It's not very nice. So that one's more instantaneous. Yeah, maybe I need to back up or something like that. It's like, seems like that attack a lot. She's not doing the thing where she's glowing. Yeah, maybe I need to explicitly enhance my stuff with... Instead of purple magic, maybe I need to use the red magic. Because maybe purple isn't strong enough. Wait for a moment when she's... distracted, yeah, so let's try now. Oh shit, wrong one. Here, I have to manually select it. To overwrite the purple. Oh, it's not going. Shit. Maybe I'm too low on mana, maybe? Have to wait. Okay, let's try this again. Fooly Cooley. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know Fooly Cooley is huge for a lot of people. So Rurouni Kenshin. I've never heard of Hitman Reborn, or Greyman, or Shaman King until tonight, but I do know of Code Geass. Oh, is it super loud, Arasi? I can turn it down. Yeah, if it's like exploding ears. Let's turn that down a bit. There we go. Let's try that. There was one part that was super loud. Okay, yeah. That's the one difficult part with some games, at least, especially horror games, where, you know, the ambience is super huge and you want it to be heard, and then there's like that one noise that's way louder than it should be. It was just very crackly. Yeah, exactly. So I've turned it down a bit. Let's just see if that makes it a little bit less annoying. Of course, we don't have a ton of ammo. Let's try this. So I think I haven't got it yet. We're gonna do this now. I'm gonna try the enchant specifically with red magic to see if that resolves the issue. Just sucking my sanity. Alright, so that's not it either. Maybe it's just spell magic. Or we could try a quick attack. Ouch. The problem is that she has very fast attacks. Yeah, nothing. Oh, she's making my head spin. That was kind of cool. We'll try to spell next. I haven't tried to spell yet. Okay, now she's doing things, so let's just say dispel. Gotta be fast. Let's just try a quick one. That was really crackly, yeah. Man, I can't remember how to fight this lady. There's some kind of magic thing we have to do. They wouldn't give us a magic elixir if it wasn't useful. It wouldn't be summon zombie. Maybe I have to create a damage field, maybe? Or there's something I have to reveal? Maybe. Different average. Oh yeah. I've never done like an actual like media streaming like stream, like a dedicated one, but I could see that being an issue for sure. Let's look it up. I mean, it's embarrassing because I've played this game so much, but it's been so long I just can't quite remember what it entails. I'm sure it'll reveal itself. It's something that you're supposed to do when they're like doing that kind of glowy thing. It's just a question of what it is. I'm gonna try the magical attack again. Specifically when they're glowing and maybe when I'm closer. I get it. You like that attack a lot. Maybe I'm not supposed to be close. She's just doing this constantly. Yeah, okay, let's back up. Like, she gets infinite magic. I see how it is. Yeah, I think I was trying to attack when she was kind of doing that little hand. Yeah, this is the thing. Oh, no, that's not it. Ouch. I'm waiting for her to start glowing. Because that animation right there means she's about to do that one. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong spell. God damn it. Okay, well, I got more sanity back. I'm making my head spin. Alright. There we go. So that's what you gotta do. So what I might try then is have a 5 stack of that queued up instead of just 3-1. So we'll do magical attack, sign. Let's try the 5-1. And yeah, we'll stick with Mantarok for now. So we have 5-tier magical attack. So at that point, the weapons might not really come in handy at all. I was thinking we wanted to fight her with weapons, maybe not. There we go, big hit. Yeah, that one only hurts. Exactly, it's annoying, but far from an issue. It would be an issue if your sanity was 0, obviously. Oh, except I'm out of mana. However, I can... Well, actually, for one thing, I can just cast a quick one. Quick and dirty. Oh, it didn't go off. got the timing not down. However, big sip. Bam. Now, is that it? It is not. New phase. Sounds like she's saying nickel embargo. Or when I'm casting a spell, it sounds like that. Lots of friends. Now, I could be a fucking gamer and use my rifle, or I can just light these motherfuckers on fire. Which is exactly what I want to do. Let's go ahead and enchant our rifle real quick. Ouch. Try that again, before I was so rudely interrupted. Because I'm wondering if now she'd be weak to bullets. Nope, not yet. And don't get too close. What are you doing? She's probably summoning things. Like a cheater. I could just light these assholes on fire, or I could explode their torsos. Oh, I gotta reload. Oh, shit. Can't reload. Hold on. Getting interrupted. One's mean lady. Wonder if I can direct her to friendly fire her own homies. They are dissipating. Come on, do the cool glowy thingy. It was so cool last time. Oh, let's summon more friends. That's the opposite I want. I mean, I'm happy to have more friends, just less zombified usually. A quick heal in real quick. Maybe I have to back up even more. And like trying to draw her into doing the cool thing, but maybe I need to be closer. Relax that healing, that summoning spell. Maybe I'm just supposed to just cast a spell without waiting for her to signal, you know? Just go right for it. For them to die. Actually, I don't think I would need to. I think I can probably go now. As soon as I know I'm in the clear. Let's go for it now. Yeah, I didn't think so. She's got to be glowing. Let's back up real far. I can't back up too far because I got this barrier here, obviously. Very quick. Enchantment. Oh, now she's glowing. Yeah, so the trick is to, like, back way the fuck up. That one went through. That was actually kind of cool. Penetrated and hit her behind him. Wait for her to start doing the glowies. Oh, our health is taking quite a few hits. Let's reload real quick. And if I can, let's do a quick recover. Maybe like a 5-tier recover. There we go. Big heal, yes. So it seemed like it was after she cast the summon spell and I was a little bit far away. That was when it started. The tricky thing is I want to make sure I'm targeting her and not the zombie friends, because the zombie guys are inconsequential. Yeah, maybe I should just go now. It's the right one. Oh, that's too slow. So it does attack everything, though, which is cool. So yeah, what I should do then is I should use the quick version. Here, actually, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to finish these guys off real fast. So I get a little bit of easy sanity back. Also, probably want to... Yeah, let's do another drink of the elixir. The happy juice. They are. They are quite immaterial. You know, let's queue it up now. Oh, I didn't time it well. Yeah, now she's not glowing at all. Maybe I'm too close. I'm trying to suss out, like, what caused her to do glowies. That's the key to all this. And hydrate. That is the key to all this, obviously. The happy juice. Here it is. Is it sometimes after she summons things? Also trying to move about so we can get more magicka back. Waiting for the glowies. And she's not doing it right now. Oh, now she's going. Okay. So let's try magical attack. Let's just do a quick one. Quick and dirty. Oh, but I'm too far away though. It's weird because it's like I have to be far away to not let her do that. Maybe there's like a happy middle ground I'm supposed to try to reach. Lost a lot of health again. Let's do a quick recover. I think this is more or less the safety zone. Actually, maybe I should even get closer now that she's doing this. And she's not doing it now. Yeah, she's not doing the glowy thing. I think you just gotta have, like, really crackerjack timing or something. I'm gonna finish these guys off again because I keep losing health from all the sanity drain. Oh, but the animation takes so long, damn it. Yeah. So you just gotta take the hit. I just kind of have to... I think I just have to kind of guess when the glowy thing will begin. It's like, don't do it yet. I kind of want to heal, but I will be a good boy. I'm gonna back up a bit. I'm gonna start it now. Yeah, okay, there it is. So the timing has got to be real tight. Lost a lot of magic. Gonna see if I can get one, either a small or a medium heal shortly. The good news is that there seems like there's a lot of gaps where I can just kind of wander around and get some magicka back, because movement recovers magic. So it was around the time of the second one, I think. Oh, but they killed it. They canceled out because I took damage. Shit, that made me lose all my magic. That's fine. Try that again. Oh, they keep... Oh, it's because I'm losing... Because I lost all my sanity. That's why. Alright, so let's kill these guys real quick. We have to use... more sanity back, because I keep losing health. Of course, I'm wounded. Alright, so let's back up. Okay, that's fine. I've got quite a bit of mana now, so let's do a big recover, like a full recover. So my guy's quite sad. There we go. Feeling better already. I could maybe squeeze in a quick one. Quickie. Oh, it was just a little bit mistimed. Quick reload. Whittling her down, but it is a battle of attrition. Just waiting for her to do more magic. It's tricky being this far away, but I think we've got it. we got like the timing down. Except I don't have enough magicka for a 7 tier, so we'll try a 5 tier. Or actually, a red one might cost less to cast. Nah, okay, that was it. Okay, in that case. Oh, wait. Oh, except I'm taking damage now. Okay, let's try it now. Just a 3 tier. Oh, but they canceled out because I keep taking damage. Yeah. Yeah, the moment is already passed. That sucks. Yeah, sanity is so fleeting. Wish I had a sanity restoration item on my person. This'll do in a pinch. Cause yeah, sanity from afar, like taking damage from afar is a great way to just get spells interrupted, which drains your magic very quickly. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're able to explain why she's able to quick kill poor Paul Luther, but Peter Jacob, despite not having like an obvious, because Paul Luther was like a holy man, right? He was a monk, so presuming that he was more spiritually strong, maybe because Peter is not as spiritually strong, that makes him like it's harder for Zelatoth's guardian to target him. I'm not quite sure the explanation, but yeah, it is kind of curious. I think I can queue it up now. We got her. Very good. And again, I'm out of sanity, so I'm gonna do a couple of quickies. Quickies. It does, yeah. All the monster designs are pretty unique, I would say. Ouch. So yes, the Black Guardian is super different looking, as is the regular Guardian. The when I say regular Guardian, I mean this thing. Oh. So that version, the Chaturga version, and the Ulyaoth version are all super different, which is really cool. I've always liked that detail. In case health-wise, sanity not doing great, but that's okay. Try to just run around, get a little bit more magicka back. I'd like to try a 5 tier if I can help it. Okay, let's go for it. Should have enough. I should have barely enough magic. Just barely. That should hit. Very good. So that's enough for the presuming the final form, and the rune has seeped down inside of her. Oh, now we're real close. Another eat of this guy. I'm gonna do a quick sanity restore. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, never mind. Ah, man, yeah, can't cast anything. All right. Wait for something to happen. Can't remember what she does in this final form, but there's like something unique about it. I just gotta wait. Like she'll get tired. There we go. That's not it. So it's probably more of the same. Let's just try a 3 tier. Okay, I was too slow. She did something. I think she like just restored some energy. I guess I don't need sanity at this point. Just need to watch when she gets winded. From all this attempted smacky attackies. I think it's like more or less her equivalent of a melee attack. This should hit. There we go. What happens if I touch this? Oh, nothing. It doesn't do damage. It's just a barrier. I would always avoid touching it with worries that it would cause pain and confusion. Would this be enough to kill? Probably not. So I'm guessing we're gonna need to take 3 of these. Oh, I lied. It was enough to kill. Okay. Well, once we kind of figure out the strat, it's a little arduous, but we got there. The Black Guardian has been defeated and the essence of Chiturga is ours. Which means we have, well, we don't have, but we've seen characters acquire Ulyath's essence as well as Chiturga's. And we already have Mantaroks on our person. Let's look at this. The Guardian is vanquished. The stained glass that kept this thing hidden is now in pieces. Essence of Chiturga is liberated. Its magic beckons to Peter, but he approaches cautiously. Should we retrieve it? Let's grab that shit. Thank you. Yes, yes. That was Mrs. Arms. Lady Arms. So reach for the artifact, but we pull away, feeling its corrosive magic close to our hands, so we wrap it in a shred of clothing. Much like the Ulyath essence. And there it is. The Clawman hand. Big meaty claws. 69, nice!
And that was how I came by it. I know it sounds crazy, but there you have it. The only proof I have is that statue.
It's a strange one. I've seen one like it before.
You have?
Yes. Very rare, though. Very obscure.
I've had experts take a look at it, and none of them know what it is. And you do.
I'm somewhat of an expert on these things myself. An interest I developed a long time ago while I was a young man.
Then you should keep it. Lord knows I have no interest in it. I am sure it's the cause of my sleeplessness. I keep thinking about it, as if it's calling out to me.
Then a drink, perhaps. For the gift. For an unusual objet d'art.
And look at that. So Peter, presumed to live to a pretty ripe old age. I don't know how old he is in those adventures, or was, but 69 years later, he would have at least been in his 80s, probably, maybe 90s. So he lived to a ripe old age. So yeah, Peter survived, which is pretty dope. Small penny is taped to the back of Peter's chapter page, and it's that one, the lucky penny. How about that? How about them apples? That's some good shit. So a number of things. Yeah, we have the lucky penny. Of course, we have the revolver from earlier with a number of bullets. Still have essence of Mantarok nearby. So yes, Peter actually lived after all those tales that he experienced. Do a quick save, of course. Peter's chapter complete and victory attained, which is nice to see. And we got the essence, and we know the essence was then delivered to Edward, to Alex's grandfather. So the question then is if we need Ulyath's essence to like work with Chiturga's essence to overpower Xelatoth. And that was given to Roberto, but Roberto died at the end of his chapter. We need to find some way to get at his stuff. So yeah, Lucky Peter, it's that lucky penny. That thing was what kept him alive all those years. That being said, friends, it is late. I know I start my stream a little bit later than I would usually prefer, but I think that's a pretty good note to end on. A pretty happy note. Like, listen to all these happy noises in the distance of wailing and gnashing of teeth and just happy, pleasant things. So, that being said, next time, well, let's think about this. There was that one room where there was like it was too dark to see. Like it was like the room was too dark because the power was out. Like there was a fuse that needed to be replaced. Now that we have something that can be used to replace a fuse in a pinch, this penny that is, hopefully that'll be what we need to get into that one spooky room and uncover its mysteries. So, that being said, go ahead and save once more. So I'm pretty sure I saved, but it's nice to be safe. Look at that. So 12 hours for this particular playthrough, almost 13. We're playing it pretty slow. I'm taking it pretty deliberately and really drinking in the sights and the sounds.